A goodly evening, this is Nerdist a Human, and welcome to the very first of our Pontus live streams. We are, of course, going for a short campaign. We will have a guide coming for the faction before too long, but today we will begin our campaign and try and figure out really some of the best tactics, maybe some of the pitfalls involved in this here campaign. Pontus. I really like Pontus, and clearly you do too, because they won your vote for the next faction to cover in, as I say, both the faction guides but also the battlefield strategy guides, and we'll get to those in the next couple months or so, I guess. Just to say at the start here, I am planning on a follow-up to this, episode 2 on June 11th, so that'll be Tuesday, 2 Tuesdays from now, so a fortnight from now. Obviously just a little bit late this evening. I managed to pretty much destroy Rome Total with some modding in the last 2 days, and I've managed to fix it, but it has somewhat caused me a few issues. So hopefully the game will run perfectly fine here today. Hello Ignoramus and Darth Sheepus the Wise, an excellent name of course. And yes, I'm guessing that means that the audio check works. Lovely, I do normally do an audio check. Yeah, apologies for being a little bit later than planned here tonight. I thought we'd still get a stream out. Probably won't be as long as usual, probably going more towards the 2-hour mark on this occasion. I'm not in the best state, but I did want to get started on this. So we're going to have a little bit of a play around Pontus, get ourselves established. So, of course, Pontus, we're playing very hard. And we're playing the short campaign, which is in some ways strange, in some ways makes sense. So we've got to hold 15 provinces as always and destroy or outlast the following factions. Armenia, okay. Thrace, bit strange. And a bit offensive to me, to be honest. Let's get us moving over to the other screen here. There we are. You can now all see that as well. So yeah, on this screen, the short campaign, 15 provinces and outlive Armenia and Thrace. Feels a little bit weird to me, but hey ho, it is what it is. Yeah, I think that is to do with the Diadochi, of course, and as it says here, this is not too long after the death of Alexander the Great. The empire he created had fell into disarray with a remarkable speed. His empire was the largest ever seen, and the generals struggled against each other for the ultimate prize that none of them was quite strong enough to maintain or to attain. The Diadochi, or the successors, were only strong enough to hold together fragments of Alexander's empire. Mithridates I, there are many Mithridates, the son of Prince Mithridates of Cius, took advantage of this situation to establish a new kingdom of Pontus. The people of Pontus, they're often written, that's this kingdom over here. He was not one of the Diadochi himself, but a freebooter. I've never heard that phrase before, a freebooter, who saw his chance and took it. In the confusion, Mithridates rode to Pontus with 6 horsemen and made himself king. Excellent. Mithridates was an able man, to say the least. Yes, it's a name of great ability, Mithridates. Since then, Pontus has managed to maintain its independence from both Greek and Persian influences, even though the royal family have Persian root. Presumably that's why they have the East, or they're an Eastern faction technically, but we do see Greek elements in them as well. The kingdom has a good position on the Black Sea coast and the potential to expand into much of Asia Minor. Nearby lay the great trade routes of the East, a significant source of revenue. It's also home to many warlike peoples, a fact that could be exploited by expansionist rulers. Okay, let's just go back a moment onto custom battle here. Let's just pick a thing and quickly just remind ourselves of Pontus and their force we've got for this here campaign. So in terms of infantry, yeah, we got the hillmen and the eastern infantry, but we do get phalanx pikemen that we saw with Thrace, and we also get bronze shields, which are pretty decent pikes, all things considered. In terms of pikes and phalanxes, not necessarily one of the better ones, but they will certainly do the job. They'll hold the line in front of some basic but, useful enough skirmishes. It's nice to have foot archers, even if they're not the best of them. Pontic heavy cav, we're going to be enjoying those along with the light cavalry version. The heavy ones are pretty darn nice. I do enjoy those. Cappadocian cav are really their special unit. Or one of the two actually. They do have slave chariots as well. Cappadocian cav are very similar to our cataphract friends. They actually have the same defence. What they are is they have the shield rather than the armour, but they actually round up to be the same. So make of that what you will. Otherwise, they are basically the exact same unit. But Okay, scythe chariots are always excellent, as we know. There are also chariot archers who are better than these archers, and much like the British light chariots, these are pretty darn good as actual missiles. So, okay, we'll be wanting to get those out too. They do have access to some siege equipment, so you know what? I don't particularly dislike Pontus. They're a strange one. They've got lots of good cavalry units here. They've got some wacky things with the horse archer, the archer chariots, the scythe chariots are chaos. Cappadocian cavalry obviously excellent. You have bronze shields, and you have Cappadocian. Really, that's what you want in life. Parthia don't have the infantry to hold it like Pontus do. They almost never get to use these, but we'll be eventually getting to those. They'll be very darn effective indeed. Actually, on the note of Pontus, I was tempted. I've been doing some modding today and the last few days. I've been modding in the Immortals into Parthia over here. And actually, weirdly, in the files originally, it seems to suggest that Pontus and Armenia were also going to get those Immortals. They clearly never bothered to do it, which is a bit of a shame. I was tempted to put them in, but I thought, you know what, we're going to play this legit for the time being. Maybe later in the campaign we'll add a unit or two, like I've done with my Roxolani campaign. It's been great adding some new units into that. So yeah, maybe we'll play around with that later on in this campaign. But we'll start it off pretty straight line for the time being. Quan, oh hi indeed. The Kaiser says it's my favourite campaign. The Kaiser says this is my favourite campaign. I'm a little bit worried, but fair enough. I do enjoy this one. It's a good campaign, quite interesting, says Darth Sheepus the Wise. Yeah, I do like this one. I've often said that I like Armenia. I like the fact they get their phalanx and their Armenian legionaries, as well as obviously the cataphract archers. Kind of similar, but with a different spice, I guess, to Pontus. But Armenia's a much tougher position in the campaign map, much more penned in. Pontus, we have room to roam, and I like the fact you can really establish yourself. Again, when we play in this sort of slight eastern region, we can avoid the Romans for long enough to really just play our own game, not worry about them too much. Although we might well end up in the Aegean quite soon, and that does always tease the Romans. We'll see about them. Hopefully we don't have to deal with them. They've very much got in the way of our German campaign. So on the note of the campaign targets here, Armenia and Thrace, yes, it's really about bringing back some of Alexander's empire, Armenia being sort of a local area, and Thrace being obviously another part of what was Alexander's empire, kind of the edge of it, of course. So, alright, picking off two of the kind of smaller areas around you kind of makes sense, but Thrace does feel a little bit out of the way, doesn't it? Maybe Seleucids would make sense, but they're quite big. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to swing on in and get started. I think we'll skip the video because it feels like a Parthia kind of intro video. I would say Pontus and Armenia is much greener than all of that, and actually probably so is much of Parthia. Okay, where are we at then? We have Phonaces over here. Now, as ever, I have done a little bit of looking into this campaign before we get going, and trying to kind of figure out what I think would be the best plan. Although obviously we will get to a faction guide. To some extent, me playing this is me just figuring out, ironing out any other ideas that I did have for a campaign. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this guy, and we're immediately just going to actually send him over to take these territories. I'm actually going to send him towards this kind of direction. I'm actually going to get him on the boat, to be honest. Just hope a rebel boat doesn't appear. That would be somewhat annoying. We'll just send the spy with him. He'll be absolutely fine. Now, adding on to this army, I want to be careful. I want to send my force here. I want to go and grab Nicomedia and Ancyra, the two rebel territories to the west of us. It's going to make a lot of sense to grab those straight away. We will beat the other factions to them. I'm not going to head over. Probably not going to head over here. Actually, if Thrace take it, then I guess I will eventually. I don't want to provoke Macedonia, so if we go and kill Thrace, that will probably be much later. That'll be a tick the box of the short campaign. Yeah, what we're actually supposed to do, the victory conditions. So we're going to ignore Thrace for the time being. In fact, Armenia as well. Like, it's not my immediate push, and to some extent, this is where doing the short campaigns is slightly off from what I necessarily would recommend for a faction. But to start off with, we do need to go and grab these two territories. We're going to try and get Asia Minor under our control, and from there you can do what you want. Either finish off the Seleucids, go for Armenia, or you can go for Thrace if you really want to. But I just don't really like to head over here unless, you know, I want to get involved in all those European wars with the likes of the Romans. So, alright, this guy can immediately head over to Armenia. I'm going to get myself another diplomat immediately over in Mazacca. And as for buildings, I'm actually going to... I don't normally spend most of my money on mines straight away, but I'm just going to do it on this occasion. Just get the mines straight out. And in Mazacca, I'm just going to get a road. Okay, just get a road, get me moving around. Although, I'm very tempted to actually just get the land clearance. We'll go for land clearance. I think either way could be fine. We pretty much... Well, we've literally spent all our money already. Not an awful lot left. Peasants. I'm tempted actually to get the peasants. We're actually very close to population growth here. It's not many turns away. I'm going to get a peasant just to make sure I've got extra units over here. Now, I want to send a little bit more. I'm going to send the archers because I think we need the archers to go and do this job. I'm going to send one like Cav. But I need to keep enough here to keep away Armenia because they're tempted, I think, is my general impression. The few times I've played this in the past, they pretty much always... You either get an alliance straight away or they come and kill you straight away. I might well grab an alliance with them because whilst it is one of our conditions, it's not my immediate plan at all. I mean, you could go and kill them. You probably have more units. I can't really remember exactly what their makeup is. You could probably just go and beat them. Your 2 cities, their 2 cities. But you've got rebels over here. Go grab those. Get your economy running. The economy builds up pretty fast with this faction, so I think that's probably for the best. We'll get the boat moving over here ready to pick them up. And before we actually move on, probably have a look at our family tree, I would say. So, Victory and Glory awaits. Indeed it does. Jimbo. I was playing as Pontus on the remaster with a few mods enabled. Having a few more settlements around an expanded roster was great. Yeah, this is where, obviously this is leading up to a guide, so I'm going to stick to a bit more of the base game here. But I would like to play around with adding some units later on. So we will add in those immortals at some point, but we'll get to that in time. Okay, our faction leader. I don't normally get too worried about the faction leaders, although he's Mithridates, so I've got to love him. Chief Eunuch is really nice, actually. Got to make sure we pass these guys on pretty darn quickly. I do like to use them to go in early heavy cav. I mean, you want to be using that general. But I need to use him really just to ward off Armenia until at the very least I've got them where I want them. That is either in an alliance or, you know, backed off. You actually are ready as Pontus to... What was I looking at again? Family tree. You're going to get family members through really quickly here. So... What are we at? We're at 12, so she's going to get married pretty darn quick. 9, 6, 10, and this guy's 15. Yes, the Spartacus is 15. So you're going to get someone pretty early. If you want to save Scum, I guess you could get a really good roll on Spartacus. I don't think it's great that he actually only comes through a couple turns in because normally the starting generals are all excellent. And in this case, he is a dice roll. So we'll see. But we have Sharp for intelligence. We have Mathematician. Very nice indeed. And Devout is always useful to have. Again, we have Sharp and Devout. Skilled Cavalry Commander. So this guy... Oh, okay. Is he the guy we've just sent off? Yes, he is. So our Cavalry Commander is going to go and take our cavalry off to go take those settlements. Very nice. He's probably our best general in that sense. And you're in charge of... Oh, Heracles. You're looking very good, aren't you? So he's a very good manager. That's good to note, actually. Very good to note. So yeah, we've got some great traits here at the start. Hopefully we can continue to build on those. We will see. Finances are not great at the start, but very quickly we're going to take 2 new settlements. We'll have some ports. We have the mining coming in. I think we'll be in a good place. Now, Doveship is the wise. I really like Pontus due to the fact that they have so few territory at the start, but become powerful quickly by attacking Seleucids. Yeah, they start small, but you feel like you get somewhere quite quick with them, don't you? It feels like you can really get moving. So let's get ourselves set up. Pontus. #1. There we go. So I think we're done for now. We'll end our turn. I hope I haven't forgotten anything vital. Right, as I move these on the boats, I'm going to be a little bit of a scum, but just to show you. It's always a useful trick to remember, really, is that, yeah, you can. The boat has its own movement, so you can kind of scum that a little bit. I can't make it off the boat because I have taken the mix somewhat, but there we are. Okay, so Nothing too interesting on that first message, of course, but let's go and see if the Seleucids or Seleucids, however you want to pronounce it really, Seleucus, but I'm going to call them Seleucids. I don't know why. I'm just going to. So, Sinope. I am pushing it quite thin with the army I'm sending over here, by the way. This first town is no issue at all, but the second one might be a problem. Peltasts are expensive, by the way. 170. It's kind of expensive to replace them though, because I've got to spend their recruitment cost. So I won't straight away. I don't want to get anyone to be pulled into an attack, but a little bit wary. We're going to get the Spartacus come through next turn, so I'm going to send the general up in this direction. No Armenia. Not yet. In my experience, the last few times I played this as a test the last week or so, I found Armenia walking towards me on turn 1, so we'll see if they do it this time. Got some Greeks over here, so when we take this, hopefully they'll come chat to us. Yeah, what is our plan after the rebels? Greece. Greece is the plan after the rebels, by the way. Pergamon's right there. It's got no walls at the start of the game. They'll probably build it. They probably built them already, to be honest. But Greece are right here. They're isolated. I'm going to pick them off. And yes, I'm going to go to Rhodes. Say it with me. We're going to Rhodes. But to be honest, we're grabbing Asia Minor. Greece are really the first target right here. Pick that off. Go grab Rhodes. You've got your trade. Perfect. You're minted. And from there we can start to just... I'm going to say from that point we will probably go and grab the mausoleum. And then we'll just kind of consolidate a bit and pick off Seleucids in these two settlements when we get the chance. That's really the early game strat as far as I'm concerned. Just tie up Asia Minor, grab Rhodes while you're at it. We'll probably go grab Crete, do the classic really. Basically, doesn't matter who your player is, go and grab Rhodes and Crete. It's always a great plan. And yeah, so we're actually going to send our troops over to intimidate them, which might work, it might not. I'm not actually trying to intimidate. I'm actually just trying to put down a watchtower, so we'll see about that. Seleucids want to chat? Okay. So, trade rights. Yes, I would say accept the trade rights. They probably won't accept map information for map information, will they? No, they won't. That's fine. We'll leave it for now. We don't need your map information, sir. Right, so here is an adoption. Bureaucrat is nice, but 43, that's a bad roll. Bad roll indeed. Let's just get these off the boat. I do have a spy. What do I want the spy to do? Probably actually go look at Greece. They haven't built a wall yet. That's good to know. Good to know. War declared. Carthage and Greece. I was hoping it was Greece and Rome, but that's fine. Sinope has mines. Excellent. Yes, someone just mentioned the temples, so let's get to that. So it's Pontus Greek, Persian, or native Anatolian. Oh, who knows what ethnicity even is, sir? That's a philosophical debate for another day, I guess. But I think it was suggesting that it was at least more Persian-y, kind of more Eastern, the person who actually took over. But there's a definitely Greek element, isn't there, to a lot of Asia Minor in this period. So we've got some of the Greek gods here. So we've got Zeus, Aphrodite, and Heracles. Now, or Hercules, I don't know which way around it's written. It is written as Hercules. Okay, so Zeus is happiness and law. We'll use that in big foreign cities that we struggle to hold on to, like Carthage one day, which we're not going to get to. Aphrodite will be useful for early population growth, of course. So, I mean, this region's super quick. Don't need to worry about that. And Awesome Temple of Hercules, +3 experience. We'll be building that a lot in the early game because, quite frankly, we're going to be able to hold on to these cities. They won't be too big anytime soon. Sinope is an utter bitch, actually, isn't it? It's one of those really, really, really rebellious settlements. But as our own settlement, it should hopefully be fine. I mean, won't worry about that for a little while. So we will be building Hercules in general. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to do right now. And do I want... No, see, we're 4.5% here. So we'll just build roads. We'll just get our roads built. And you, sir, keep moving up. Keep moving up. And... Okay, there is Armenia. I'm going to get trade rights. I'm going to ask this time for a little bit of money. I probably should have done that with Seleucids, or I probably should have got... Yeah, they accepted that. That's fine. I probably should have got it with the map information. They might have seen it as neutral on that particular occasion. Right, they're quite positive. That's a good start. I might actually go for the alliance option with them then. We will see. So I'm going to put the watchtower down here. Let's not get too far away from home. I'm happy enough with that situation. Coming of age. Cross your fingers, everyone. Before we get to that then, actually, let's have a quick look at some of the other comments. I would say Greek due to, so it's part of the Greek Empire, but also my Eastern Digits cavalry-based roster. Yeah, its roster is definitely more Eastern than Greek. But they are one of those blended factions. There's quite a few that are like that. So Spain is like a Carthaginian blend with a barbarian, isn't it? This is the Eastern blend with the Greek faction. Thrace are a barbarian blended with a Greek faction. So you do get those kind of mixes, don't you? Spartacus. Okay, devout, untruthful, good now, but gets bad over time. Judgmental, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Okay, he's not the worst for battle. Maybe he's just going to come out and join us. In fact, you know what, sir? Yes, you are. You're just immediately going to come out and join us. Do we want to send him with some other cav? You know what? He's going to come and look after Ancyra in a minute because we're going to need someone to deal with that when we go and knock down the walls. So Massacre is building. Did I send him along? Not any further. Let's not worry about the Seleucids too much. We're going to war them before long. We'll just be careful because we do want to go and find Greek, not the Greek, the Egyptians. At some point we'll chat with them. Okay, end of term report. Money will start to pick up once we walk into Nicomedia. Okay, so with light cavalry, some heroes and mercenaries, a bit of luck, you can beat Rome in less than 60 turns, not including the time it takes to sail there. I mean, yeah, I think this faction has got what it takes to beat Rome. You can pin them with your phalanxes for long enough, hit them with the heavy cav and the chariots. I think most factions have a way of beating them. I think you have a very classic hammer and anvil here going on. You've still got that Macedonian Empire hangover in terms of the way that this faction is set up to actually wage war in that regard. Be it the Scythe chariots or the Cappadocian cav along with the phalanx. Job done pretty much. Okay, Armenia. We probably will go and grab an alliance off them as long as, if that actually might just convince them to turn away, and then I can maybe spare some of my troops elsewhere. But for the time being, I think we got nothing else to do but to head into Nicomedia. So we will just save up just in case there's an issue. There's no walls here. I probably could auto-resolve this, but we might as well get into a battle. With Hoplite, Peltas and Thracian mercenaries. Okay, now when we start having money as we get across the border here next turn, we can pick up some Cretan archers, and I very much like to do that. I don't want the Greeks hiring them either. So 4 to 1 should be a fairly simple walkover, but we might as well get some experience. So let's head on into battle. So, where are we then with the church? I don't like Rome. They do have Greek gods in their temples, but these Eastern units, though, you know what? I like the cav. I like the cav. I'm happy enough with the pike. You know, you don't need to have lots of good units. You just need to have, you know, a tactic that can work, and they can hammer an anvil. So I'm happy enough with that. And we have a bit of skirmish with the Scythe chariot. I need to build the blacksmith actually over in Massacre, so we'll get to that in a moment. I don't think there's anything too interesting with the speech at this stage. So there we are. Right, I forgot when I get to the battles here, my screen jumps in size. Okay. Fairly straightforward route to the plaza here. Okay, I'd probably rather be attacking from that side, to be honest. Slightly better angle at shooting the plaza. Would I rather be here? Oh yeah, I've got a nice plaza here to put my units. I actually don't want to pull them into battle at all. I actually want to skirmish with them quite a lot. So, weirdly, by the way, we're actually on large unit scale, or the huge unit scale, which is quite unusual for me, actually. I do normally play on that, but that's because I broke the game. I did break the game yesterday, as I mentioned, so we've kind of somewhat reset everything. So some of my settings are not necessarily exactly what they might normally be. Okay, so as is often the case with unwalled settlements, they've immediately found some of their men standing outside, and it's actually the hoplites who we want to go and shoot down. So I'm going to go harass them with these 2 units, and the archers will also just shoot. That'll be lovely stuff. Archers, get yourself a little bit closer. They're not even moving. Interesting. Yeah, so just get yourselves around. What are they doing? There we are. They're moving now. Okay, that's fine. Archers, get yourself shooting into them. The only thing is, we are on the huge scale here, and I've got cavalry factions. There's actually, I see it as a bit of a disadvantage, to be honest. So yeah, we've now got a nice shot into them, into their non-shield side as well. So isn't that just lovely? We're going to shred them with our archers. Archers in the early game are probably going to be key. We don't have our proper cavalry, or a lot of our brutal cavalry out in the field just yet. We do have some of these light guys though. Don't want to waste too much javelin on these. Don't want to waste too many arrows on them either. So we will see. Okay, you get yourselves, not necessarily there, just around the back actually, guys. Around the back. They're not in a great position. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I think historically they were Persian. I say you. Yeah. I think they were. It said in the intro there that they were definitely more east in terms of at least the rulers. And I doubt, you know, like as much as they were often like Greek Macedonian elites in terms of the successor states, there was such a short time that they're actually in control of these countries, of these land masses, that realistically, you know, how many Greeks would there actually be? Probably not a huge amount. We're going to charge in these guys into the rear of them because I reckon they'll rout as soon as we hit them. It is the general, actually. There we go. You weren't supposed to be shooting anymore, but I think I gave you a direct command. So we lost a handful, but that's the general. That's a pretty darn good start, I would suggest. Get the archers just moving further forward, and we can just reorganize ourselves a little bit closer. Okay. Get everyone moving forward. Plenty to do yet. On the plaza, they have the Thracians can be dangerous, and those javelins, just want to be wary of those javelins. Don't want to lose anyone unnecessarily. So, archers, archers, archers. That kind of position is probably pretty darn good, actually. Get the general into position there. Can you just get ahead, please, and finish them off? Because that's the general. We haven't actually killed the general yet. Here we are. His cavalry in cities being nonsensical again. Get forward and kill them, you darn fools. Oh dear. Okay, we're going to get into Peltast range about now. Peltasts are shaping up. There we go. That's the general gone. That means the Peltasts are about to pelt us, as the name suggests the verb would be. So let's just pull them out of there. Run, 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 run. Let's get everyone else moving as well. And what do we want to do? Let's get our infantry into position over here. That will be nice. Get some cav. Can we get the big unit scale? Don't like huge unit scale. It's too big. And they're still getting pulled forward actually. Archers, just start shooting as soon as you can actually, because that general, yeah, they're getting in a stupid position. General can charge them if they get too close. Archers, stop and shoot. Stop and shoot. Archer King says, screw it, they are barbarian now. Well, we're going to be pretty barbarous in the way we treat some of these cities. Actually, we're just going to occupy this town. We're just going to occupy. They're going to be our friends. So, Peltasts are doing some, well, they're just getting themselves killed, actually, aren't they? Yes, they are. We're actually going to charge the general in. Let's just be completely stupid. Actually, should we be stupid? We've got them exactly where we want them. Actually, let's just get back out of the city. Get back out of there, guys. Get back out of there. We're pulling them forward, which is actually what we want to do. So going around that way, Mr. Archers. Just make sure they're way out of range. Wow, the huge unit scale is so annoying in cities, isn't it? And Harushi King's here. I love a faction with a limited unit roster because you get to adapt to a new style. Pontus is definitely one of my favourites for that reason. Yeah, a bit like with Thrace was kind of exactly that when we played that campaign before here on the live streams. Very limited. Didn't want you to move, I wanted the archers to move. Archers back over here. This might seem like a very tentative opening battle for what's a pretty poor force here, but to be honest, what I don't want to do is lose my army to a weak force here, because we've got slightly tougher city to take in Ancyra. So there we are. Snazzy pajamas. Indeed, they are snazzy pajamas. We get to enjoy some snaz here with this faction as well. They have all of that kind of fun. Fun is the word I'm looking for. I'm actually kind of like, this is getting stupid now. Right. You guys, stop what you're doing. I'm just going to send the cavalry in. Blow the horn of destiny just in case. Don't die on the opening charge. Please. There we are. They're gone. Right, General, pull out of there. You don't need to throw javelins because you're going to kill some of our own men. I am sure of that. And we can pile these forward. Their infantry is just getting a little bit ahead of itself, which is fine by me. Get the archers back into the position they were in before. Okay, that's fine. Don't do... Cavalry. Cavalry. Huge unit scale cavalry. Just ignore us. Just ignore us. I think those pelters still technically routing because enough of them are over there. So still 54 of them. They're all over the place here. This is why I don't play huge unit scale people. The game was not designed for huge unit scale. It really wasn't. So we'll just get the archers shooting again. That'll be fine for Pete's sake. Anyway, so the question of the century, Eastern Infantry or Mountain Men? Well, if you've seen yesterday's episode of the Roxolani campaign, you know what, the Mountain Men, if they have 7 experience, can be really pretty good. They shouldn't be, but with that much experience, they can be. So let's just bear that in mind. Peltasts, this is tedious, isn't it? Get the general forward. Just get the general to deal with them. Just mop them up properly. If he gets caught for a moment with these guys, actually he could really get hurt by these guys. We're an Eastern General though, so we have javelins. I really like the Eastern Generals. They're very darn good. Archers, just pull back. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Throw some javelins, please. Just throw your javelins at them. Throw your javelins at them. Get a throw in. There we go. Peltas are probably going to start reloading and attacking us now, which is why this whole entire situation is really annoying. Okay, 3 some mercenaries. Now we can shoot them. Perfect. Right, they're pretty quick actually, so we need to be careful with our archers. Archers! 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 Run! 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 This is so silly. Okay, turn around and shoot them. Turn around and shoot them. This is not a battle that gets really cut down if we're playing this normally, by the way. Okay, we'll continue trying to shoot them. It's a bit of a silly sausage of a thing. Yeah, Mountain Men are far better than Eastern Infantry, of course. Mountain Men, I always feel like should be better than they are. Their stats actually don't look so terrible. I don't know if it's just that on Barbarian Invasion, lots of units have slightly better stats than they generally do on Rome. So maybe they look better than they actually really are. I don't know. Anyway, Archer's going to shoot them. General's going to plough into these guys again. He's not going to manage it. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Keep throwing their javelins then, because as soon as these guys hit the plaza, they're going to cause me annoyance. Archers need to get back once again, because they're now in trouble as soon as these guys chase us down. So yeah, we're just going to get stuck in this cycle. Let's just pull them all the way out of the city and we'll just javelin them with what's left. So we've got heavy pointed cav over here. We've got the light cav over here. And I think, yeah, we'll just pull them. Archers! Archers, 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 archers. Why will no one listen to me? Archers, we need you alive. Hopefully not many of you die. Don't run that way. That's the wrong way. At least they're running away from us now. Blow the horn of destiny. Oh, I think we've broken them. Thank Jeebus. Yeah, huge unit scale. Utter nonsense all around as far as I'm concerned. Throw the javelins, because they're going to regroup momentarily. Archers are still routing in the wrong direction. Why are they routing over here? Go away. Go away. Oh, I need to defend my archers. This is so stupid. Right, let's just get everyone in. Everyone get in here. Everyone get in. Right, where is my general? Hopefully not at the front. Who knows? Who knows? He's supposed to be a good cavalry commander. They don't know where they are. I didn't see him, but one of you might have. Let's just win the battle. There we are. Victory and glory. The world's most nonsensically tedious battle is done. Right, huge scale is so clunky. Indeed it is. That's the exact point right there. So the next time someone asks why I don't play huge scale, refer them to that battle right there. We will occupy. And to be honest, we'll probably immediately just leave because sod it. How happy are they? Not very. We can't actually build anything here. We can get in a peasants, which isn't ideal with the population, but it is what it is. +6. Oh, it's growing quickly enough. Absolutely fine. Right. what I might do then, how do you feel when I leave? How do you feel with 1 unit of cav? They feel fine. Those cav can catch us up later. Greece hopefully won't mind me being here. I mean, they can see me, but there we are. We're going to hire up those Cretan archers next time. Hopefully we'll have some money and we'll be able to deal with that. Boat. I've nowhere safe to put this boat, so hopefully no rebel boats appear, or it's going to ruin the roads plan for a little while. Yes, we're going to go get Ancyra. Ancyra, by the way, has 3 naked fanatics with 2 experience, who are not bad, and some barbarian cav, I think. Bit of a Celtic, Galatia over here. A bit of a Celtic hangover from the early period of history. Okay, you're talking to your own units. I am the general. That's what I need to do, Federico. That's the whole plan. And do they answer you back? Yes, sometimes. But normally it's, orders, such as that. Okay, I would say in Eastern Infantry, due to its impeccable morale and damage. Oh, I thought it was going to be serious for a moment. Yes, impeccable morale and excellent damage. Hillmen have better stats, but the Eastern Infantry have pyjamas. Hard to beat that. They do have excellent pyjamas. And the Hillmen are actually pretty good in terms of like ambush style stuff. They're sort of good in stamina and hiding in places, aren't they? Something like that. Yeah, just to remind us where we are actually with this sort of stuff. Eastern Infantry, they exist. They might be useful occasionally. They might be useful in this next battle, actually, just to hold for a moment. So we'll see about that. Hillmen are, they're fine. Bonus fighting cavalry, again, they won't last for more than 2 seconds. But they're fast moving and good stamina and can hide in the long grass. The problem is, if you're hiding but you charge without orders, that's not a great combo because you kind of lose your hiding. So it's not particularly ideal. We saw the Phalanx Pikemen when we were playing with Thrace. They're fine, but their morale is stupidly low. It's as low as 4. To give you some context, Principe are like 6, and Generals like 10 or 12 sort of thing. So, could be better. But Bronze Shields are decent enough, to be fair. They'll hold the line pretty well. Good morale, good stamina. I don't know what that refers to. I think it must be 8 morale, perhaps. But very nice to see. So actually, infantry-wise, we'll be fine. In the cavalry stables, got the Pontic Light Cav, basic militia cav, really. Nothing too exciting, but they're surprisingly useful. We saw them being pretty darn good for Thrace, or at least useful. I really like the heavy cav. If you remember my Rebels campaign, the original campaign, we definitely enjoyed our Pontic Heavy Cavalry. Got to take my victory sip. So yeah, 9 attack, 9 missile, 14 defense. They've got the javelins, are quite nice to have. Low upkeep, bit expensive to actually hire, but they're pretty nice. And Cappadocian Cav, their smashing hammer. Yeah, they lose out some of the armour that the Cataphracts have, but that armour goes into shield instead, so they're pretty darn good. I guess slightly less vulnerable to missiles, but I don't think they have the mace to change it to. I can't remember. I think they have a sword rather than a mace. That's probably where they're not as good, if I'm remembering right. Practice range, basic peltas. No one needs to really look at those. Are very long. We have those archers, basic enough, but they'll do a job, as we're seeing right now. And we get some onagers. So yeah, nothing too expansive with our force, but it's okay. It's absolutely acceptable. Acceptable. All right. So, Eastern Infantry it is. Okay, the problem with live ones is that you cannot fast forward the video, skip the boring parts. Well, yeah, there's that, but sometimes it just includes me flailing around, which can be amusing in its own way, I guess. Q scale's clunky, we talked about that already. And what else? Someone from Poland, question mark. I don't know if that was a person in chat or something else. Oh, good, look at this. Pontus is civilized enough to know what the heck a phalanx is. I know. We actually have a phalanx. So do Armenia, to be fair. Not pike phalanx, actually, Armenia. They're more normal phalanx spears, but I still like them. I think, by the way, we're just about done for this turn, aren't we? Yeah, this is the same turn we sorted out all that other stuff. I will save, though, post the battle, because God knows I don't want to do that battle again. When I did my test runs, I auto-resolve that one every time. But I would... You know what? I'll take your trade rights, but I'm going to be paid for it, because I'm going to stab you in the back very, very soon indeed. So they'll accept that because it's generous and fair. Map information for map information is not generous and fair. They threatened me. Look at that. Look at that threat. Yeah, you better move your troops around because I'm going to come and kill you soon. Social drinker, been in the wars, 35. We can still do better. I really want the general, by the way, but we're being offered terrible, terrible choices right now. They're just a bit too old. A bit too old. Massacre has itself some roads. Sinope has itself a shrine. We'll build a road here. I'm going to turn up the tax rate because we can afford it in that town. And I'm going to get myself some javelin cav because I want to have something else to ward them off. I can't help but notice they are right here right now. So let's offer an alliance. And they accept. Okay. That hopefully keeps them off my back for a little while. That's really all I'm hoping to gain from that. Not particularly worried otherwise. You Mithridates are moving back home. And can we afford the Cretians now? We can. And that should be what we need to go head into Ancyra. So, Greece. What are you doing over here? They've got 4 militia hoplite. So I think they've built an extra unit there. But not doing too much. There's no walls yet. So they haven't suspected my attack. Even if I'm just wandering at their borders. So we will see. I mean, in Pontus, we know that was me. Peasants in Nicomedia, that's fine. We're just going to hold position with that regard. And, oh, I just mucked that up entirely. Okay, well, we're going to attack that next turn. Then we're going to lose a turn on that nonsense. That's a bit unfortunate. Well, that's not optimal. I did think that just before I did it. Should we reload the autosave? We could just reload the autosave. That is a little bit unnecessary, I think. Okay, well, we're a turn behind where we should be at this point, but it's absolutely fine. We'll just take it on next turn. Seleucid diplomats, they've got a couple of those around. Okay, actually, can this other guy make it? He can't. That's a shame, but he's now actually here at least to take over the town. So we've at least got someone to leave there next turn. Fortunately, we're now just paying for an extra turn of what you call it, extra turn of Christian archers. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll get do we want the wall? We'll get the farm. Just build the farm. I don't really like not building in towns. Massacre's going to have to just not build for a moment or two. But you know what? We'll turn up the tax rate to very high because they've got they've got plenty enough going on over there. We don't need to worry about any of that. Okay, I've just lost my access to chat actually, so give me a moment. I'm just going to sort that out. Actually, maybe we'll end the turn as we do that. Maybe something will happen. Well, I just try and load up my chat again because for some reason it's decided to disappear. So, will my thing let me do it? We finally have someone who's young enough. Excellent, 23 years young. That's great. That's what you want to see. So, untouched by fear and bureaucrat. We get bureaucrat trait offered to us plenty. That's great to see. So that should be in Sinope over here. And how are you doing? 23. Mithridates. I just turned up the tax rate and immediately they've given me a thing to deal with. You know what? Maybe not the worst thing in the world. Maybe gives us a chance to... I'm going to ignore that army for a little while. I'm going to ignore that for a small while. But I do need to deal with that in time. So you're here. You're a very good bureaucrat as well. I'm going to send you back over there. Keep Heracles and... Yes. I don't know where we want to send you just yet. You know what? We need more people in this general direction. So go over here. You can see actually now... I'm going to put in a watchtower as we go. You can see now that actually our money was already quite a bit higher just from having the extra town. So happy enough with that. Pergamon, you build in no more new troops. That's what we want to see. And actually now that this bloke is here, he might as well come and join the party. So marriage celebrations, no need to worry about that. Diplomatic information, Carthage and Rome, not Greece and Rome. Shame, but it's probably fine. Sinope, what do you want to do in terms of building here? I really want to build a blacksmith. I'm probably going to build it in Massacre because in Sinope, what do you want to do? We wanted to build... Yeah, I want to build for the heavy cav. So we'll get the blacksmith here and we'll worry about the heavy cav in Sinope. I kind of want to specialise different towns, at least at the start, so we get different units in different places. Alright, not looking too bad over there. I haven't actually got access to chat, having said I was going to go and find my way into chat. So let's see if I can sort that out, because I've lost access to all of you lovely lots. Just won't connect, which is encouraging for my stream, absolutely. So I'll just get into the battle then. This boat has nowhere else to go for the time being, but actually it could at the very least bring itself around here. If nothing else, just to scout. Wouldn't be a terrible plan. You can go and spy on him just to get some spying practice. We'll send you back around. They have built walls there now, by the way. So Ancyra, let's just head on in. Rebels haven't built anything else, but yeah, you see 2 experience, 15 attack, 9 defense, and those cav as well. We should be able to take this out pretty nicely with 2 units of archers. We want to buy those creations anyway to deny them from the Greeks. We should be able to attack them not next turn, the turn after. We're just going to march straight over in that direction. Let's head on into battle, and I'm going to try. I need to try and connect, so I'm going to desperately try and reconnect a sec. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Men, this battle is inevitable, but victory hangs in the balance. Act with courage, all noble soldiers, and victory is in our grasp. Now shout out to the gods. Shout your battle cries. Put true fear into the hearts of our enemies, oh noble soldiers!
Okay, I am back. I hope you had a lovely speech. Oh, we have Deep Fuchsia Pink. That's a great omen. Back in the day, anyway. Okay, so where are we? What boring parts? Indeed, no boring parts at all. I love Cappadocian Cav. Look cooler than Cataphracts in my opinion. I always thought they looked very cool. Yes, I do agree with that. I think they just lack the mace. I think that's the main difference. Except, we will attack. Well, we've already had that from the Greeks. Fiendish scum that they are. I like the Greeks. Greece is a very nice place. It's my favourite place. Okay, we've got a slight hill because we've got a barbarian town. I probably will come around here so that we get a nice straight shot at the plaza. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So my other general is going to start in that kind of a direction. All right, yeah, whatever. We'll just come over here and get ourselves organised. Chances are they are going to be ready to get shot down. They might well be over there though, which will be a little bit annoying now actually because I've moved around. They should know where I am though because they're the defenders, aren't they? Well, we'll see. I'm just going to get a basic lineup here sorted out. Did I tell... Oh, my general... This could be a problem. I left the general as AI. Okay. That may speed up me a little bit. Right, let's send in the general and the heavy cav just to deal with their cav. I will of course actually use my archers here, but don't want to get them too vulnerable, so we'll just try and push forward. My general is going to be an absolute tit, isn't he, over here? Please skirmish, sir, please I'm going to send these two to go and support him because I do not want him to die. Right, get archers over here. Oh, for Pete's sake. General! No, sir! No, we're going to lose a general, unfortunately. I've no way of dealing with that in time. Okay, I forgot to press a button. Now he's dead. Lessons shall be learnt in time. Alright, let's just we'll get the Eastern Infantry here just ready to pounce if we need them. Get our Cretians a little bit further behind because they will be safe enough. And yeah, we'll just leave these in position to go and support. But you, sir, are on your own because you're an idiot. Just rout. Please just rout. Don't die. Run away. Or just win. He might win. 40. He might actually just win. Come on, sir. Hold on long enough, please. Please. Yeah, he's gained some experience. I wish I knew what was going on over there. He might just win it by himself. 63-26. I don't think we need the javelins, sir. We just need to charge. No javelins, just a charge. Oh, good. We saved him. Okay, canonically, he's a goddamn hero now. Sir, do not. We have archers. We bought archers for exactly this job. Okay? Right. Oh, that's dealt with. My units aren't being murdered, are they? No, they're not. So there is their barbarian light cav. Let's just move these a little bit closer. Basically, if they come for the archers, we're just going to pin them, is the plan. So over here, we just got to stick with him and hope he doesn't do anything too annoying. And they have 2 more units of infantry over on the plaza. Excellent. Okay, yeah, I did that once. Disaster, got himself killed instantly in troops. Just broke. Very annoying. Indeed, that could have been really annoying. I think he might have just about won it, but it was just a dice roll of whether the general was going to get himself killed or not. Really, wasn't it? Like, is he about? Is he going to die before they win? Because I think they would have just about won that, but they got too experienced. They got good attack. Those guys. This is early game. Generals aren't the toughest. I will say these Eastern generals are actually better than most. They're probably my favourite of the early game generals. I think later game, again, Easterns are very good. They're cataphracts. So I like these. Fast moving, good morale, good stamina, and with the javelin as well. I think these are pretty much as good as you get in the early game. So, archers, you can shoot them. These archers can't. So, if they move at all, I've just got to... We're actually going to have Eastern Infantry do something. Eastern Infantry! Right, are we going to move quick enough? We're moving! Blow the Horn of Destiny! Okay, I'm just going to... We're not actually going to engage, we're just going to throw javelins, sir. We're just throwing javelins. Get on top. Get the cavalry back out of there, actually. Yeah, cavalry, get back out of there, that's fine. Eastern Infantry had done something. Might be a few pyjamas on the ground. We shot one of our own horsemen there. That's a bit of a shame. Oh well. Right, this time I'm actually just going to put those guys like that because I think we're absolutely fine. Good. Nothing stupid happening over there. No, just me shooting my own men. Excellent stuff. And archers. Where is your range to? About there. Okay, you know what? I think at this point we're fine because that cavalry's damaged enough because that cav would totally rout this force if I'd let them charge into them. But now they're a bit damaged, I think we'll be fine. So get these moving. Just run into position, lads. That'll be absolutely grand. Now, what's my general doing? Oh, for Pete's sake. For Pete's sake. We're going to have to go and save him again, aren't we? You guys, stick with him. Now, one of you come right round here. No, actually, both of you come round here right now. Right now. I need archers pulling them in this direction. They can beat that cav easy, but I just don't want that general to get himself killed. Yeah. You get yourselves over there. You get yourselves over there. Archers need to start shooting pronto. Okay. I think... will he be fine? Will he be fine? I don't know. He's got javelins. He didn't use them last time. So, Cretians, can you... They can't hit him. Not quite. Come on. You're a skirmisher, sir. You're a skirmisher, sir. He better not get himself killed, me having already saved him once. Come on. Oh, good. That was them, not me. Okay, we're adding some... yeah, there we go. He can handle himself. He can handle himself, as it turns out. Okay, this cav now can probably finish this job by pinning them. Archers, get back. Eastern Infantry, they're gonna hold. These guys are just gonna come. Yeah, we're just gonna go and close the trap. Archers. What are you doing? Archers. So they charged the Eastern Infantry. They've turned around. They're not sure what they want to do. They're gonna get javelins now. I just want them to break. I'm just trying to get a break here. There we are, double break. Yay! Okay, good. And archers, just go and finish them off. Eastern Infantry are flashing like crazy. Of course they are. Javelins off, missiles off, missiles off. Of course, these archers have a death wish, don't they? They really want to get in the fight. You get on top of them, there's victory. We will mop them up a little bit. We could do with some experience, so that's fine. You get on top of him, you get on top of them. We should be able to smother them here and just make sure this is all over. Yeah, we're going to lose a couple men as a result of this, but that's fine. I'd rather get a little bit of experience on them if we can. So you get on top of him. General's going to get himself killed now, isn't he? Okay, yeah, you know what? The battle over. I think we will just do it. Clear victory. It doesn't matter that they've actually regrouped on the Plaza, we'll end it. Just in case he dies, I'm happy enough that we can't play with the AI situation there. Okay, all is grand. Look at the stats. How have we done? Few Eastern Infantry died. They actually almost killed 1 for 1. Not terrible. Archers have a death wish, but they did at least do some damage. Cretan's doing God's work, quite frankly. So there we are. Back in we go. My favourite faction, if I had militia hoplites to the pajamas, the early game would be even easier. Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, I mean, as I said at the start of this, I had been modding Immortals into Parthia earlier. Well, that was yesterday, actually. So they were designed for Pontus and Armenia originally, I think. So, or at least there's something in the files. I might do a little short showing that, actually, because there's an interesting little section about that. Okay, what do you want to do with these guys? Straight out of the city. You, sir, somehow alive, untouched by fear. Yeah, that is definitely true. Judgmental. He's judging me for calling him out on his insanity. All right, they're not happy with him because he's a complete nutter. What do we have instead? We could leave some Javelin Cav behind, but to be honest, I don't really like that idea. There's not enough people to actually do that, and no one else can arrive. We'll do the same thing as before, where we'll put these guys in for the interim. They'll catch up later. Greece haven't sent me a transgression note yet. Barbarian Turncoat, very nice. Oh yeah, on the note of retinue, do I want to share the retinue out? Probably do, actually, don't I? On this guy, he's got a couple of nice ones on him. Okay, how are we looking in terms of family members? Let's check in on that, because we should have more people coming through. There's quite a lot of us, 11 and 12, and we still have one more for him to adopt, actually. So hopefully he grabs someone else too. All right, not too shabby. We have largely completed our term, but we should be able to actually trade with Egypt by sea once we take over another town. I'm going to offer that just straight up. And we've now got 4 territories, and maybe they'll accept alliance. Yes, you know what? Let's ally with the with the Dark Souls that are the Egyptians. But you know, they're going to attack Seleucids, so will we. So Seleucids should really get the idea of what's going on now. That's fine by me. I wish this rebel force had maybe just appeared like here, blocking Armenia's potential attack route, but I suspect they're not going to bother now we've allied with them. That should tie up our safety. That's Parthia who you wanted to chat to, Thomas. That's why you're supposed to go slower. Excellent. Okay, money is just about trickling on. Don't quite have the money for anything there right now. Road to 400 as well, so yeah, we can't actually quite afford anything. We'll be fine in a couple turns' time. We are literally going to plough straight on to Pergamon, by the way. Just straight onwards we go. No mucking around. Oh, Seleucids. Are they going to go for Ancyra, I wonder? That's an interesting one. Okay. That could be something of intrigue. Ally with Armenia and Seleucids and Greek cities and Seleucids. Well, I'm about to force that alliance, Armenia. Oh dear, that can make things go wrong very, very quickly, couldn't it? 79%. Well, we've got to try. He got in. Lovely stuff. Okay, this is probably quite obvious. Yes, indeed, transgression. Not surprised they see it as such. Don't want to hire them. What do they have? Because they now suspect we're attacking. I'm just going to get them all. Actually, maybe not the pearl tests. Do I want the slingers? Actually, I've already got 2 missile units. I'll just grab those for now. No mercenary captain, which is a shame unless we already have one. I don't see one. Okie pokey. Now, you sir. I would like to know what the Seleucids are doing. So they can't reach us this turn. That's good. Build a wall, please. Very much please build a wall. I don't really like the Peltas, but we might just have to send anything we can in that direction. Just to kind of give a little bit of extra supply. And Armenia, I reckon we should now at least have the time to get units moving in this direction. Yeah, and we can get another general there before the Seleucids turn up. I reckon we'll be okay, even though it is phalanxes against cavalry. But, you know, we'll see. If they want to attack us, we should be in a okay position just to hold them off. These Pontic Cav, somewhat wasted not being used right now, but I just need enough deterrent going on, I would suggest. So we shan't worry too much about that. There's Parthia. Some trade rights. We probably have no way we can trade just yet, but I'll ask for 600. I'm not too worried about getting stupid amounts. I can't be bothered with this debate, sir. We'll just offer straight deal. Okay, map information, map information. I like seeing maps. No, sort of. Not interested, actually. If you want me to spend my money, you can die in a hole. So we'll send him down towards Hatra. You can just hang out there, really, discussing things with different people. Actually, maybe it's better off just staying up here with Parthia and Armenia. We probably need someone just to chat to them when the time comes. Okay, it's such an odd thing to see these barbarian settlements in desert setting. Yeah, it is great, though. It is strange, but it's... and so is one of the rare examples of it. You do sometimes get it if you build your empire in that particular way. But, yeah, it is unusual, but it is quite fun. I enjoy it. Okay, the army there is just those guys. That's fine. You're still rebel. Don't need to worry about that. We'll build a wall and we'll worry about the next thing afterwards. I really want to be building here. Not worried about growth too much because we're going to grow quite well. Let's get Heracles up so that we get experience on our units, because that does make a big old difference. Okay, so... save that up and keep moving forward. Just as weird as in the eastern settlements in the snow. Oh, I love an eastern settlement in the snow. It's kind of beautiful. Wow, that's unusual. I feel such betrayal. Okay, all right. Hubris. Oh, have they built anything? No, they haven't built anything. Wow, that's so unusual. War declared between the rebels. Pontus, Nicomedia and Carthage. Okay, nothing too shocking there. Wooden palisades being built. Massacre hasn't quite... I mean, we've got two very, very good units there. So we can probably deal with them. You know what? Bring these cav. Bring these cav and we'll come and kill them in a massive cav pile of doom. You can still move over here. And do we still want this guy moving over here? We got this cav moving. I'm going to get you coming into there with him. Join up with Steve. Steve can move over to Nicomedia. And all be fine and dandy. It looks like they are... well, they can't reach us anyway, so we shan't worry. They have built another unit, which is a bit of a shame. But hey-ho, it is what it is. We're going to go and sit at their port just to give them a little bit of a poke. 2,700, yeah. Money looking so much nicer now. I just think, yeah, getting the... I'm just going to get the land clearers. I don't really want to build them roads to my city right now. Probably terrible plan. Get a trader. Then we could do with that. And okay, Sinope is sorting out the experience. Yes, it turns out we needed to get some more experience on our units. Right, Pergamon. Just in case, it looks like we're fine for movement. Yeah, attack neutral faction. Totally, we're going to do that. Okay, do we have alliance tatters? War, Pontus the Greek city. I thought Armenia just signed up with the Greek cities. Didn't they? Oh, with Seleucids. Okay, sorry, that's a future problem, not a now problem. Okay, I think historically Armenia were a protectorate of Seleucids at the start period of this game. So I think they obviously left things very blank in terms of diplomacy for this, but that could have been interesting if they'd done it that way. Have a quick hydration drink. There we are, as drinks are. Greek cities at war with Carthage and me. Oh yes, of course they're at war with Carthage. Yes, this really cements my anti-Seleucid situation. I'm now... Well, they are allies with an ally, but I'm also at war with one of theirs. So it does leave an interesting situation. We're not going to be repairing any of these relationships, are we? Carthage already war with the entire world. Excellent stuff. Okay. All right, is it possible in the files to give towns to other factions like to create Greek Empire? In the files, I mean, just at the start of the game, you can easily set up different factions to have different cities if that's what you want to do. If that's what you mean, I'm not sure if that's what you are suggesting. And what else do we want to do? There's no one really else in this direction, is there? So I think at this point we will stick around Antioch. It's normally a good place to hang around. Yeah, we'll hang around Antioch. We could do with knowing what they're up to. Building trash and ruining their population. Fine. Oh dear. Massacre, massacre, massacre. It's come to this. And so is fine. Okay, Pergamon. How are we going to deal with this? As many rams as possible. How many turns can it last? 6 turns. Now, we probably do want to attack, but how are we going to pull that off? We could do with more missiles is probably the answer to that question, but it's going to be pretty awkward actually. We can kill... If we can get one more Cretan, we'll be in a good place. So in theory, I could send another general round to go and grab some off roads, steal them from them over there. That's an interesting one, actually. Yes. Actually, there might be some. Actually, Byzantium doesn't get them, does it? I think it's the next region. We can have a look. Damn it, I can't quite remember. There's a few different regions where you can get Cretans. There's sort of the Crete roads section, which might include Halicarnassus as well in the same pool, which is a really, really good one. Obviously, then there's these ones here, these 3. I think there's like Southern Greek Peloponnese bit, and then there's this bit, and I think Byzantium comes under the Thrace section actually, so I don't think they get any Cretans, but we can have a quick poke. It's not going to cost us too much travel to worry about that. Okay, fine. At least we have some money now. Money is coming in. Everyone's building something. And we're in a slightly better situation. Okay, 25 people on the live feed right now. That's pretty good. Nice to see you, everybody. If you're wondering, by the way, when we actually get to... Oh, we never got... We are one... We needed him! We were just sending a guy, A, to swap the retinue, and B, to... help the fight. That makes this a lot harder. And they've got the rams now. Okay. Okay. We have units. They are mostly peasants and archers. They have 1 unit of Pontic heavy cav. We've just lost 100 heavy cav with 2. Yeah, we've just lost an awful lot. An awful lot of heavy cav here. 2 experienced heavy cav with javelins. You couldn't have lasted 1 turn, sir. I could have swapped my retinue at the end of this turn. I just needed someone to join you. Okay. I am going to get 1 more unit of cav before we head into this battle. If they come in to fight, that's fine. They're not going to do a great job attacking the city. New faction leader, finances. Okay, if nothing else, we're gaining more cavalry for this battle with Pergamon, and maybe that's what was meant to happen. Okay? That's my head canon on this. Some useless peltas over here. That's fine and dandy. Okay, how many hexes? I can tell I've been watching Civ recently. That's right up against it. Okay, can you just step across, sir? Rebels, for your annoyance to me, let it be known that I'm standing on your land. Okay, Thracian mercs. I've got money. Let's buy some Thracians. Okay, why not? Why not buy up some Thracians? Boats. can get a little bit further. I'd rather dump off the army if I can. I don't really like them being stuck. Okay, we'll send them off in that direction and we'll just bolster that force. Hopefully I'll get a Cretan archer, but there we are. Okay, yeah, that's how I mean, thanks. Yeah, if you go, Dove Sheepus the Wise, if you go into Data, World, Imperial Campaign, Maps, Imperial Campaign, if you go into there and get to Deska_strat file, then you can just basically move the settlements and, you know, change the coordinates for troops and things so that different factions of different cities. I'm pretty sure if you watch one of the guides for unlocking factions, I do that quite a lot there. I don't think I've got a specific guide on just changing the starting cities. Maybe I should do that. Maybe that's something I will note it down right now. Change starting cities. But it's one of those things that I have a guide for within other guides, I guess. So yes, Greek cities. I could look into doing a guide for that. It's a fairly simple guide, realistically. Once you kind of know what you're doing in the files. But yeah, you can essentially change around the starting cities if that's what you want to do. What kind of cities were you thinking of? I'm intrigued to think what your plan is there. So create a full Greek empire. Yeah, that can involve, I guess, quite a few of these rebel territories. What are you playing as Pontus, says Danny Mock. Pontus, well, they won the vote first and foremost. So they are part of the stream because they won the vote. I kind of just, because I do these guides basically on different factions, we've gone around a few different ones recently. What have we done? We've done the Brutii, Thrace and Germania being the last three. So I kind of wanted to go back to a different faction. So I think we had what? Numidia, Parthia, Egypt and Pontus were the options. Kind of just to cover different cultures. So Pontus won out on that vote. I'm quite happy with that result, to be fair, because I very much like Pontus. So I'm pleased with that situation. I do like the fact that we get good mercs around here, although Ancyra gets the barbarian mercs annoyingly. So these kids seem to be moving their troops around. They've now got fort there. At the very least, this maybe forces me to do some build up of my units. I mean, diplomat coming. Don't see any units coming along here, which is good, although they can hide in that forest, which is a little bit irritating if it happens. Yeah, so they are getting sieged down. I would like to head in. We've got 2 rams right now. Yeah, it's 2 rams a turn. We're only on 104, so I'd probably want a couple more. We're not going to take them on head on. They've got 5 phalanxes and a family member. That could be quite awkward to deal with, but we can put it off, particularly if we open up the gates, actually. So yeah, if we go in on an open gate turn as well, that will give us more options and we can pick them off. That's probably the plan. Greek spy over in Nicomedia causing problems, but everyone is building at the very least. Sinope does, though, need to build. Spoke too soon on that front. Let's get the Peltasts. I don't really want more Peltasts. Massacre already has that, so we'll get archers from there. Let's get infantry and our cavalry out of here. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, let's get the militia barracks done. I don't want hillmen, but I do want to be able to get phalanxes before too long. But yeah, Pontus, I'm pleased we got Pontus because I quite like their faction. I don't think they have necessarily the best army, but they do have interesting units. They have a couple real top quality ones in the Scythe Chariots. Well, Scythe Chariots is a wild card. And they have a top quality unit in terms of Cappadocian Cav being a proper, like, you know, demolisher of a heavy Cav unit. But they, you know, they have, they can hold the line and then smash. Ooh, they want to do it. This is interesting. Yeah, we as I sort of said a bit earlier, we have pinned them and smashed them, hammer and anvil style. This is such a rare thing to see in Rome Total War. The rebels have not only laid siege, but they're not even waiting it out. They're coming straight on in, damn it. Wow, they have a lot of archers for this. A few peasants. We should be able to rout them. But, yeah, I definitely need to be controlling the general army there. Oh dear, I mean, if we still had the general, the faction leader, this would be an awful lot easier. But without him, this becomes just a little bit squeaky bum time. So, let's fight that on the battle map. Thomas, you're supposed to do exactly what you just said. do not let it be controlled by the AI. So let's swing on in. Oof. So you are thinking of all the cities that the Empire had from North Macedonia to Alexandria? There's a lot of Alexandrias. I don't know if you meant Alexandria. Basically, all factions that the Greek Empire had. Okay. So I'm sure they're quaking. Oh dear. Even on my Rebels campaign, this didn't fall for a while. Of course, my Rebels campaign, Pontus joined us. They became the Rebels. All the cities that they had. I mean, yeah, you could make it a grand old full empire like that if that's what you wanted to do. Be a little bit of work, because you've not only got to move the faction, the actual settlement and the buildings to the other faction, but you've also got to make sure you take away the units, and to know which armies are which buildings, you kind of need to know the coordinates. On Medieval 2, they start kind of telling you which city those coordinates of units refer to, but it might be kingdoms actually where they start doing that, but on this, not so much. You've kind of just got to check it manually. Okay, plan. Main thing with this army is not to lose the city, not to have a rout. We need to get our cav out dealing with them. If I can throw javelins, then we'll do it. But it's really not my fault. Yeah, actually, I don't want them getting out of the city. They need to stay in the city. We can throw javelins potentially. Start the battle. Okay. I didn't look where they were. That might have helped. Okay, brilliant work, Thomas. Brilliant work. So they are all the way over there. That's fine. To be honest, it doesn't make much difference to me because I was always going to be sending my general out of the city. Okay, you run over there. Javelins can run over there. That doesn't make much difference, but it's mildly amusing that I didn't even manage to get them in the right position. Okay, Ponticevi Cav. We're going to do what we saw quite a lot of on, well, particularly the Medieval 2 Rebels Prologue campaign, which was we're going to interrupt them, basically. We're going to interrupt them as much as possible because that will cause lots and lots of problems. You guys need to run quicker than you're currently running. You guys really need to run quicker because you are the first line of defenders. Okay, so they only have 2 rams, which isn't great. They do have archers, though. Archers can cause quite a lot of problems if we're not careful. So, javelins, get yourself into that kind of position. Lovely stuff. You guys, yeah, okay, archers are potentially going to start being irritating. Yeah, they look like they're standing and trying to shoot. Get yourself onto wide. Thank you. Loose. Okay, they've done a little bit of damage. It's not the end of it. We're going to lose more of this heavy Pontic Cav than I really would like. Get yourself back off loose now. They've instantly routed, and that probably is what we're going to see happen with this army. General needs to get here quicker. You pile on into them. You finish them off. I need the Pontic Heavy Cav to just hit the next unit. Heavy Cav. Heavy Cav. This is so utterly nonsensical. What a crazy rebel army force this is. Right, archers are going to take on our heavy cav. There we are. That's what we want to see. Right, mass rout already. That's good. They have their Pontic heavy cav. I need to deal with them, don't I? So let's these two skirmish. I get my general to pile into him. I can't control his destiny throw though. So I need to be a little bit wary of that. I can't do his, Horn of Destiny. So he might get himself killed accidentally. Right, you guys, javelins off just to mop them up. You get into those archers. General just needs to keep pushing him away. You need to keep dealing with them. Yeah. Throw your javelins, General. Throw your javelins, you're pushing them away. Come on, break. And are they broken yet? Ram is actually at the gate, by the way. Not actually too worried about that. They could, in theory, get to the plaza, so I'm just going to run him back to the plaza, make sure nothing happens there. Just make sure javelins are throwing in as much as possible. And to be honest, he's only steady. I'm just going to go in for the kill. Get in for the kill. And hopefully with enough units he will be in trouble. Yeah, he's gone. And down goes the gate, but Honestly, I'm not too concerned about your gateway right now. I'd be more concerned about your life. So he's going to chase him down. We can go mop up the units who are deciding to regroup. Yeah, one of you on top of those archers, you on top of those peasants, and you into this unit. We're hopefully about to get pinned by those guys as well. So, peasants, shaken. Are they going to wave and break? We're loose right now, it's really not ideal for this kind of situation. Just pull them out of there. No need for you to struggle too much about that. And how are we doing? How are we doing? You get on top of those peasants. Yeah, you come and help us. You come and help us over here. We need to go deal with them. You get them in the surrounds. General's just finishing them off. I'd rather deal with the Pontic Heavy Cav. Okay, they're going to try and run on in. Wavering, shaking. We're going to lose a few more than I'd like. Just pull out of there. You are a little bit light. They're only peasants, but it is what it is. Finish them off. They're done as well. Okay, yeah. Down the rebel general goes with a javelin by the looks of it. They're now gone too. Woohoo! Alright, looks like we're done now. Archers are shooting, by the way, General. Yep. That's mildly concerning. Yeah, the missiles were always going to be the main issue, and I did just slightly leave that unit for too long. So down they can go. Right, job done. I wouldn't say well done. Well enough, I guess. We didn't lose too much. We mostly actually lost this general. Right, Rheintown's not at work right now, but you can watch this later. Yes, very much. You can catch this later. Enjoy what you have of work, and enjoy the stream at your own leisure. Actually, yeah, last time the stream mucked up at the end. I think my connection got a bit dodgy a couple times, and it got behind. So I think when I finished the stream, YouTube hadn't actually caught up with it all, and so it could have just cut off the last, I think, 10-15 minutes or so. So if you actually didn't miss the end of Germania live stream, put it in a comment, but there is an unlisted video which is just the Germania live stream, but that way you can catch the end if you ever did miss that. We might want to do a follow-up to that yet, by the way. I haven't recorded anything for it, but we might well get around to that at some point. I would like to just kind of finish a little bit of that story. Right, clear victory. It's never a bad thing to go and get a bit of practice, so Heavy Pontic Cav takes them down, and with that we've relieved Massacre from the Don Rebels. Okay, 17-year-old, publicly loyal, superior commander, command talent. We'll take it. I would have liked to return earlier, but hey-ho, it is what it is. You are now looking after that. Courtiers of Trebizond. Trebizond, well, you're not too far from Trebizond, so fair enough. That is actually part of your region. It's pretty legit, I guess. So, that's fine. You two, yeah, you know what? Let's try and get the experience on you. Yeah, we'll send this guy back here to get retrained because he can get the experience as well. That'll be fine by me. Yeah, and Massacre, we'll get Scythe Chariots in pretty darn soon, I would say. But we're going to get some of these Cav in the early game. I would say you probably do want to get one more. We're pretty close to the growth there. So hopefully we'll get there in a turn or two. Get some Cav into there. Do I want this general to come and help? Could do, you know. Could do. Do I have time for all this also? I'm not sure I do, because I do need to deal with Crete. So, do we have any more? We don't. Bit of a shame. Rhodian Slingers. Don't want to hire them. We've got the money. We've got the money. Let's grab them. This is a bit of a random mercenary ad hoc sort of army, isn't it? These are actually half, well, I say half decent infantry. These are not. The Illyrian ones are kind of better at that. But we might accept it. Unit recruited. We have the light cav over there. Nicomedia has a trader. Very nice. We will get our temple to Hercules because we don't really need to worry about growth too much over there. Get you back to very high tax rate because your growth is perfectly fine. And Syra's got itself that. Again, I'm not going to worry about roads too much in that part of the world. We'll once again hit Hercules. Okay. Massacre. You are about to finish that. That's fine. Peltas can continue being built. And for the rest of this, we're fine. Silesia is over there. Armenia. We have Parthia and we have Armenia as well. That's fine. We can chat to them whenever we want to. So I think what we want to do is head in. Yes. Okay, we return. You know what? We can't get the boat around for a turn, so it'll give us a turn to settle Pergamon down before we head on to Crete. But we do need to get there before Greece build up a huge army. They tend to send an army away if the Romans attack them, but the Romans haven't attacked, so they're probably just building up a force now, which is a little bit concerning. Hopefully no mercs. Hopefully I haven't bought up all my Cretians. That'd be deeply, deeply sad. Okay, yeah, we will save up since we've relieved our town of its doom. We can end our turn and continue with this. No attack from the Seleucids, but we do from... Oh, that's a rebel fleet. No, the wrong way. That's going to slow us down. It's really going to slow us down. Okay, Byzantium has a port. Did it always have a port? No, because I'm pretty certain that's what the first thing I do as the rebels is build a port there. Thrace and Dacia at war. That can keep them busy. I've got some new troops. All right. Come on, Cretians. No. All right, I think 3 turns to go. We're just going to have to head in. The thing is, we need boats to go and head over to Crete. So we're going to need 2 turns to build a port and another one to build a boat. So that's going to take us a little while. Not ideal. Oh, for Pete's sake, we've got more rebels immediately. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Can we just auto-resolve? No, we can't, because that's all the unit points, or the movement points. Scythe Chariots, 920 to hire, 1 defense, but they're going to cause utter chaos. So I'm quite happy with that. Let's build a wooden... Actually, no, let's not build the wooden wall. Let's get Hercules. We can get the temples sorted out. Oh, I just clicked off the game and now I'm completely lost. There we are. Back in the game. Okay. What's your favourite Hellenic faction to play as? All the Hellenic factions. Ooh, tricky. Seleucids is a really interesting early... Like, it's a real tough early campaign. I think once you smash Egypt at the start, you basically just have a hilarious steamroller. I think it's... You just have to nail the start and then it's actually surprisingly easy, I would say. I think their roster's almost too wide. It's like there's always too many options, which can be fun, but what I like about, for example, what we've got here is that we kind of have to be a little bit sensible with how we use our units, because there's only so much you can do. With the Seleucids, you almost have like all the toys to play with, and you know, I think you're always going to have what you need to win a battle. I don't think you need... You can always find the kind of the rock, paper, scissors. You can always find the right option. Whereas sometimes you've just got to use your best tactics with your kind of limited roster. And I find that with Seleucids can sometimes be a little bit limiting. But I do think they've got a very interesting campaign to play. Greece itself is an interesting campaign because they're so split up. I think you can do a lot with them. I'm just not very fond of their army. I don't like the lack of cav. There's only some basic archers. At least at Pontus, you kind of have, you know, your cav. You have like the chariot archers. Armenia, you have like the cataphract archers. With them, it's just a bit too straight-laced. So, not a great fan of the Greek armies, but I do kind of like the campaign. Macedonia, I'm less fond of their campaign position kind of situation, but I like their army a little bit more, because they actually have some proper cavalry for the hammer and anvil, and the light lances you get early doors are insane because their charge bonus is catastrophically big. They're cheap, get them right at the start, they can do some damage, damn it. So Macedonia, probably Macedonia, but I wouldn't say the Greek factions are necessarily my favourite ones in that regard. But there we are. Okay, so we got Eumenes of Sparta. He has himself a comedian, which is a little bit of command, but that's not really too much to worry about. He's got some decent stats, but we're going to have to kill him. Now, okay, he's got some basic trash here. We've already taken out some of their numbers, so we should be able to shoot them down quite nicely. We've got 3 missile units, 3 ranged missile units. Well, they're all ranged, but that's the point. And then we have a load of javelins, so we should be fine, but, you know, city streets, nonsense can occur. let's see how it goes. I'm fairly confident, to be honest, but at some point when I did my practice, just to kind of scout out the campaign, I ended up getting 2 Creation Archers from somewhere. I don't know if someone else hired one earlier. Maybe I hired it that turn earlier and maybe I got it, I don't know. So, let's have a little look. No need to worry about the particular weather situation. So yeah, this way isn't bad. What sides do we have? Okay, we have this side with us. I don't necessarily love a lot of these. This isn't too bad. We can probably get some good shots over this plaza. So you know what? That's probably the best option. We do have enough rams here where we could really split them up if that's what we wanted to do. Now, I'll get 1 entry point to start with. I'm not actually too concerned about getting lots of holes in this wall straight away. I will line up some rams, but yeah, we'll focus on that in a minute. We'll send those guys in, I think. But yeah, we don't actually want you on the ram. Same with you guys, don't actually want you on the ram. We certainly don't want you on the ram, although again, we'll just line them up because we've got them. Archers likewise, get to this one. Yeah, you see, this has actually got some decent towers on them over here. So, we've got to be a little bit careful. But this is early game, there are low cut walls here. Low cut walls is like a low cut shirt. They're showing their cleavage, basically. They've got a low cut shirt here, so we're going to shoot over the walls at them. That's basically the plan. Got some archers there as well. Oh, actually, got to be careful with that tower, but the Cretians might have the range to hit them as they come down that street and in, actually. So we'll do that, if at all possible. Do some Radiant Slingers as well. They could be helpful, but not so much right at the very start. So, okay. James Silver, great live stream as always, on the best. Great, God bless you, and this great community. Thank you very much. God bless you as well, sir. And yeah, a lovely community over here on the channel. Can't argue with you at all on that. Okay, so cavalry. We can also get our cav up to the gate, up to the walls, and cause them some problems. But do need to be careful, just because yeah, there are actually a fair few towers on this wall. A little bit annoying. What I'll probably do is I'll use the light cavalry's javelins at the start. So, oh yeah. I'm hoping that this is not in range at tower because it was the starting position. So archers, they're not quite in range, but they soon will be. I wonder if they can get an arc at all. Interested if they can or not. And the cavalry, as for them, yes, just throw yourselves into that position because they do not have the javelins to repel us. They have no missiles, so we should be able to just shoot them down. And they are shield facing us, which is a tiny bit unfortunate. But you know what? We can absolutely do some nice damage to them. We should probably send the ram to the gate. We are trying to at least pretend that we're trying to take this wall right now. So we'll get that one underway. If nothing else, it means... yeah, how far is our range over here? Not much further, just shoot them if you can. These archers now do have a shot. That's excellent. Oh yeah, this is lovely. Oh, they're just standing at the gates, which is the thing when you got all these rams, they want to block all the holes you're going to make with them. So they are making foolish decisions. I'm actually going to stop for a moment. I don't want this guy, he might get shot, and I don't actually think I necessarily need to get him stuck in that situation, so we won't worry about that. Good use of my javelins there just to whittle him down. These two units pretty much spent in terms of that regard, but we can use them for swarming later, particularly when we swarm our way into the city. Now, okay, you guys move yourself forward, that'll be fine. Can my slingers get a shot in? Yeah, get a shot in as well, guys. You could do some great work. Cretion still getting some shots. I need to keep an eye on my ammo. I need to keep some back for the general, to be honest. I don't need to completely demolish these units. What I do want to do is make sure they're weak enough. There's only 40. Let's keep an eye if the slingers actually hit them. Yeah, what I want to do is make them weak enough where I can rout them easily when we swarm inside the gates. And that's pretty much where the plan is. So they're down to 41. They're now out of range. Move on to the next unit. Okay, yeah, that 93. This is good. This is kind of classic early game strats over here. There's the general, I reckon we can totally get in range of that general, actually, once we done dealing with these guys. Slingers. I wonder. I think we might actually hit the Eastern Infantry with the slingers if we're not careful about that. Okay, let's just be careful with this. What's your favourite barbarian faction to play? Oh, that's a tougher question. Well, a tougher question. I feel like I like them more. I think Dacia's an interesting one. I think you are just shooting him, by the way. Dacia's an interesting one, I think, because I think it is possibly, maybe with Nicomedia, like the hardest start position. It's a real tough position to fight your way out of. The territories that you can grab are pretty terrible. So you end up like not really... Actually, you know what? We really just need to swarm in. Let's get Eastern Infantry, and I reckon they can do a job here. Might trigger the General as well, which would actually be quite good, because we can go and get these 2 arch units to go and shoot them. So we're going to go run those forward. Might get the Cretians in range. Let's just make sure we go more like that. Okay, so look at this. Turn up for the books. I'll get back to the barbarian question later, sir. Militia hoplites doing their job. They're running away. Eastern Infantry are doing their job. So that's great. That's great. That's them dealt with. Is the General going to come forward or not? Doesn't look like it right now. I would like to have shot down a tiny bit more. Great work, guys. Great work. Okay. At this point, let's get these 2 cavalry units in. There we go. You can just block up that way. If we don't need to risk this other unit here with the ram, then we won't. So you get yourselves out nice and wide to keep yourself safe from the tower, and we are just going to block this up, mister. Okay, Cretians. How far is the range? Actually, they're nearly in range. Cretians just a little bit further forward. Let's get these archers into here. They have too much ammo left, but we might be able to do something. Pontus Cav and secondary general man. I'm going to use you for the skirmish here, if at all possible. Mission hoplites only 33. We should be able to hold those off. Let's get the javelins off for the time being. These guys are just going to protect that flank, make sure nothing stupid happens. And yeah, this mini plaza should be pretty nice for us, actually. I'm kind of pleased with that. Okay, Piers the Great, I was just connected to YouTube to watch Eastern Infantry video. Instead, I get to watch you live stream. Well, sir, Eastern Infantry video right here. It is, yeah, Piers the Great. That's what he needed. If a roof slab didn't kill him, it could have been an Eastern Infantryman. They are the world's scariest unit, as we all know. Do you want to just throw some javelins in, by the way? If you've got a javelin throw, just hit these guys. They're wavering. In fact, no. Stop. Charge on in. Come on, Easterns. You can do the job. Yay! Eastern Infantry get to be useful. Someone died. I don't know how. Maybe a stray javelin, but hey ho, it is what it is. Yeah, militia hoplites are being cleared out by Eastern Infantry right now, which is hilarious to me. So we're going to put you over there. I'm going to bring the General in here with some Pontic heavy cav. We're going to bring our Cretians into position, I'd say about here, see if we can shoot. We just need to kind of edge our way forward right now and poke our way towards them. Oh yeah, we actually do some hoplites, Thomas. Let's actually put the hoplites into the city. Great, and these guys have actually made it now. Slingers and the General, we'll bring you in as well. I don't know where you're going. Just stand back here for all the time being. Nice and simple movements. They're not the best force here, but you know, phalanx cities, don't ever underestimate them. They can be problematic. Okay, so laughing face there from Pyrrhus. Hello there, back to you, good sir or madam. I can go by madam as well. That is absolutely fine. I have been leading the Roxolani Female Only campaign for a little while now, so I'm very much used to that. Militia hoplites coming back in, Joe's bodyguard coming back in. I'm intrigued here, Cretians, how your shot's going to be if indeed we can get one. So, archers. Can you just rejig a little bit, something like that. Lovely stuff. Archers, they have a shot there, but not back there. Okay. I don't think we need to worry about them, but the general, if he wants to wander, oh yeah, I think the general might well get hit in a moment, actually. Let's just see what they do. No, not quite in range. All right, we'll work on that in a minute. Stop your shooting. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? Oh, general is moving. Shoot him. Shoot him down, lads. Shoot him down. If we can pull him into this, I don't mind taking him on like this. Got Eastern Infantry over here. We've got Javelins ahoy over here. I will bring in the General as well if we're going to do that, though. So absolutely. Let's just pile on in. Okay, he is now being pulled by the missiles. Probably want to keep some of my missiles for the end of this. General, can you get running? Yeah, you guys need to stop what you're doing. Basically, stop what you're doing. All the javelins in the world need to come on in. And Eastern Infantry are actually going to be doing some pincer movements on a general. There we go. We actually get to be useful. They're not going to break. I promise you, they won't break right now. We're going to make this work. Get in there. Get in there. You've got them, Eastern Infantry. You've totally got this, Pyjamas. There the Pyjamas go. Watch the Pyjamas tear down. That was definitely not the Pyjamas who tore them down. But they were part of it, damn it. They did the job. Oh, you got absolutely shredded. That is beautiful. Okay, good stuff. Bring all of our cav over here. Bring our Eastern Infantry along with these guys. Let's just put the phalanx at the front, shall we? That'll be fine. Eastern Infantry can just stand in behind. Done their job. Get these guys into there. Oh, no. Oh, they're broken. That's fine. I thought they would break, but you know, just got to be a tiny bit careful with that. Okay, you get yourselves into position, sirs. And I'm not sure the Cretan. Well, the Cretans will definitely get a shot from back there. Let's just move everyone into position. Get yourself into position, sirs. It's weird saying sirs again. I've been doing so many Roxolani battles. Got used to addressing our lady folk for a fair while in those battles. Okay, and we're going to get some into position over here. Can you just maybe walk away from that militia hoplite? That would be excellent. We can put your javelins back on, to be honest. If you're in range, go and use those missiles. Perfect. Right, everyone can just start running into position. I think we've slightly done overkill on the tricks this battle, but sometimes just sheer numbers is important. I think it certainly helped with that pincer movement with the general just there. We had some very, very strong units. They have 140 and 85. Okay, that's okay. Missiles, shoot at anything you can. You, to be honest, just shoot at anything you can. That's fine. Get the Thracians into position a little bit quicker. You guys, they are moving. Maybe just run a little bit faster. But I think, to be honest, the javelins will do the job on these if it comes to it. I could get some around the back and do some, javelin that way. In fact, that's probably a pretty good idea. Yeah, go and do that. Why not? Get around to the flanks. They'll never make it there in time, but you know, we might as well see if they can do it. So you go and run over in that direction. That'll be absolutely fine. So, archers, do your work. You change over to fire, actually. Wouldn't mind if you do it that way. Now I'm going to get superior hoplites to hoplite behind the... Oh, in front of them. But they're just going to ruin their formation, which is clearly what's happening right now. So, are we going to share our own hoplites? Yeah, we are. Alright, they're breaking. That's fine. Absolutely fine. They're just broken. They're broken, guys. Just move yourself out of the way so we have a slightly clearer shot at all of that nonsense. Pull them in for another round. Yeah, they're going to break before... Sorry. They're going to break before anything actually happens. Bit of a shame, but we can just move our javelins nearer to the front. Don't throw your javelins. We need them. Yeah, they are coming forward. They're going forward. We need everyone to shit at the other unit, to be honest. Their morale was completely obliterated, and we're sort of almost out of missiles. We do have some slingers, though, so we should probably get the slingers into place. Okay, blue pajama people, the pink pajama people's worst enemies. Yes, indeed. I mean, the pink pajama men are cool, but this is a great color scheme. I would buy these. Like maybe that's what I should do. Maybe that's what merch should be for the channel. Need to. My friend is a clothes maker. I should ask her make this a pajama man line. That'd be an excellent plan. Okay, missiles coming on in. Last few volleys, really. Just lower their morale as much as possible. Just get some basic shots in. These guys are getting more and more impetuous, aren't they? They want to go and cut them down. Pontic lads, can you run? I might have told them to walk in one step of that particular set of orders. So yeah, we just got people lined up, really. But I think... How are we doing? There we are, lads. Decided to turn up at last. Yeah, don't worry, we got some action for you as well. So, get yourselves into position. And I think we'll be absolutely fine. You guys, just get yourself out of there. Slingers can be a little bit death happy if you get anywhere near them. So, start a slinging, lads. Start a slinging. And there we are. So, yes, at least on this, the symbol for slingers is actually a sling, unlike in Rome Remastered, where the slingers have slingshots, which is not the same thing. And it's a small detail, but it's one of those ones of Rome Remastered. As far as I'm aware, they never fixed. At least last time I looked at it, they hadn't. So yeah, we'll just finish this up. We'll speed this up. I don't think they'll. I think they'll break if they get anywhere near us, to be honest. So we'll just sling them to death. Because, yeah, they hid in their city. They didn't bother to attack us. Oh, guys. Yeah, they've arrived. Don't actually. We kind of had this sorted now. No. Yeah, we've kind of got this, guys. It's fine. So, yeah, you get... They're going to get themselves killed now by the slings, aren't they? Oh, dear. It's kind of amusing. Oh, they're all dead. Perfect. Ah, the heavy cav did the job. Well done, guys. Pontic heavy cav coming up clutch, like always. Gonna rocket like a hurricane. Indeed, that's what happened. They got 2 kills. Well, even the general only got a couple kills there. So a few sustained, a couple healed for Eastern infantry. So yeah, only a few pink pajama men. Oh, sorry, cyan pajama men. Are we cyan? I'd say we're cyan. I'll totally go with that. Okie poke. So into Pergamon we go. And that is a very nice city to have under our control. And I'm going to... Annoyingly, I don't have Nicomedia in the right position. I'm going to enslave. Ideally, I would have that general in there, but I had him in this battle. It is what it is. So, Spartacus. You can stay here. Now, we need a port ASAP. So, build the port. And spy... We'll send you around just to keep an eye. But yeah, you are going to come with us into Rhodes eventually. Slave trader, very nice indeed. And Snape has grown. So yeah, we'll build that next turn. Just turn down the tax rate because it's looking just a little bit unhappy. We'll make sure we've got the retraining done. And yeah, we'll... Was this turn? Yes, it was this turn where we had to deal with that. Okay, no issues there. Pontus. Saved up. There's no other factions around to talk to, are there? So until I get across the sea, across the water, there's nothing else I can really do, no one else I can talk to. So what I probably want to do is get a diplomat somewhere, but I guess we're going to have to wait. It's the end of the turn. It looks like Slesses are talking. Are they going to threaten me? Imagine they will. They're just trying to bribe me, I guess. Enjoy a victory sip. Excellent stuff. And okay, we'll swing in on the way. Get some experience. 270 public order. Wow. Okay. They mean business. Right. I'm a little bit concerned about jumping on this boat. To be honest, we might get stranded, but we can make it from here to Halicon Nasser. So I don't think we can make it all the way to there. Now, didn't mean to save. If I can just get everyone not onto the boat, but just outside the boat. Low tax rate. We're going to get Hercules. Now, we don't need all of this force to head in there. We probably do actually need the infantry, the Eastern infantry, because we need something. You know what, sirs? You get to hang out here. Still not happy. 70%. That will make them happy. One more Eastern infantry. They just wanted some friends. Fine. They've done their job. They get to hang around there. Greek citizen Gaul. Now they're Gauls hate us as well. Oh no. Gosh and darn and blast. Massacre has itself a new temple. You probably need a wall, to be honest, guys. Probably do need a wall. So rebel brigands, we'll go and deal with them in a minute. We'll get rid of the grey pajama men. So oh yes, he was earlier. Was it Pyrrhus talking about going to watch the Eastern infantry only? But it wasn't. I didn't call the video that because it isn't Eastern infantry only. It's Eastern culture factions infantry only. Yes, I can't get much further, can I? I can get here. I guess that is slightly better. I don't want to get on the boat in case we're in trouble. We will continue building the port because I absolutely need the port. But I reckon we should be able to hop at least this far. And if we have to wait a turn for the boat, then I guess we'll do it that way. It is what it is. Okay, the population's growing. Can we afford just to build the barracks? I'll build it if we can afford it. We need to spend the money on that, don't we? And honestly, I'm going to get another cav because I think we could probably do with it. So Spartacus has got married. Excellent stuff. Hakon of Heraclea has got himself a wrestler. That's pretty darn hot, sir. You've got yourself a saucy wrestler. He's untouched by fear. He should be because he's got the wrestler with him. I reckon that's a good friend there. A good friend. Many can tear arms off. Yes, a very good friend. And Cotius of Trebizond has got a priest of Hercules, command when attacking. Okay, so we're going to start picking up that. He's got bloody as well. Good for the time being. I wouldn't mind having slightly more people in that town, but I think Armenia are chill enough with our current situation. I'm going to go for the map information again with these guys. Yes, because now we have a little bit more in terms of map to offer them. Sadly, because I broke Rome Total War yesterday with my modding and I had to reset a load of things, we don't have the stupid map edited version of the files anymore. Boo! Parthia, by the way, I did show in the intro, Parthia having immortals. They can't recruit them. I didn't actually do the building for them to be recruited, so they're not going to be able to recruit them, fear not. When I let us recruit them, I'll let them have them too, as well as Armenia. They'll probably both be dead by then. But we'll see about that. So end of term report, fine and dandy. So yeah, we'll just we'll let Pergamon finish up. Low tax rate is absolutely fine over there. Nicomedia can't do a lot. It's just barracks here, and to be honest, I'm happy not worrying about that too much. What we need to do then is swing into this rebel force. Apparently they fancy their chance. There are some heavy cav to deal with. We've got the general. They have peasants to rout. So yeah, all right, we will head on into here. Save succeeded. Into battle we go. Okay, pajama infantry, best infantry indeed, Jonathan. Is that Kokuba? I don't quite know how we pronounce that. Kokuba, I'm going to say. Oh yes, we will feast. Yes, warm of appreciative camp followers. This is normally when they're not very good at speeches. They offer that particular one. I don't think I've seen that come up in the female-only campaign, by the way. I think we've offered appreciative camp followers, but you know, I might have missed one if they did say that at some point. There's definitely a couple speeches that actually refer to womenfolk. We'll make the womenfolk proud, which we will, but yeah, maybe not for the reasons that they were suggesting. Okay. We have ourselves all the javelins of the world. I'm not even going to worry about the other guys so long as they don't get picked off. So I'm just stand in front of them and throw javelins at them, to be honest. Quite happy with that situation. We might pile on into those peasants in the middle. But yeah, we'll just drown them. Drown them all in javelins. So there we are. Koshaba. Okay. Jonathan Koshaba. Lovely. The bill. Gonna rock it like a hurricane. Indeed, yes, I do recall that. Reading that a little bit now. What about Barbarian question? Barbarian question, yes, thank you for bringing that up again. Barbarian. I think the Gauls are a little bit like dull. I feel like they lack anything particularly unique. I know the Forester Warband, I do think they're a really interesting unit. I feel like in general though they kind of lack anything too special, too distinct. So I'm a bit blah on Gauls. I think they're an interesting campaign in terms of just having to go straight for Rome's throat. I find that kind of quite intriguing about them. Oh, they're coming forward now. Interesting. Just pull back to the hill. Just make sure we're in a good hilly position as we throw these javelins. We're going to get these guys over to that flank. General's over there. I wouldn't mind getting the route, but I'm just going to try and get some javelins in here. We'll put the slightly heavier lads in that position. Okay, if the Ponticevic Cav wants to... Yeah, just want to keep an eye on the Ponticevic Cav. They're the ones that I'm a little bit concerned about. They could cause problems if I'm not careful. Bring these forward. Yeah, you know what? Eastern Infantry are potentially in a bad position right now. You two are way out of any useful place. We're starting to get them surrounded. That's fine by me. You can stand still. Yes, the Gauls are a bit meh, apart from the fact of like trying to kill Rome in like one go is kind of funny. Peasants, I am actually just going to charge into at this point. We have a double pivot, a double pincer, I think was the phrase I was looking for. You pull yourselves out of there, get away from those spears. That's fine by me. Okay, that's very nice indeed. Britons are a little bit wacky. I find their campaign kind of good because you just get to enjoy your own corner of the map, which I always find kind of good. It's always fun to sort of like have a solid corner and you kind of build your campaign as quick or slow as you want. And I always kind of like that particular style of campaign. So I'm just going to throw javelins in at this guy now. Make sure these are on. Just pull out of there, guys. Just pull out of there. That's fine. I'm just going to tell these all now to pile on in. I'm just going to all those light cav in on that Ponticevic cav. It's a slight mismatch in terms of power, but numbers, it's a complete mismatch. Okay, excellent. You're out of ammo. You guys continue to skirmish. Skirmish. Yeah, I think the Britons are a bit fun because they have things like the head hurlers. Woad warriors are fun, if not very good, really. Just a bit expensive and not as good as they should be or could have been. And things like druids as well. I don't know. I find the Britons have an interesting thing. Dacia, I think, is what I was talking about before. I think they have a really tricky campaign, and I think their army is actually quite nice. They have like Dacia actually have like a good kind of rounded army. Down goes the general, which was bad time because it meant that these guys weren't in position, although they have now routed them. That's perfect. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I kind of like the Dacian force in a way because it has a pretty darn good cavalry. It has Felksmen and the Chosen Swordsman. It doesn't like the pikes, but at least you're in an area where you can hire pikes fairly easily. And they do get onagers, which is quite unusual. Very good archers, and archers from like the low tier of unit of building as well, which is very, very welcome indeed. So can't argue with that. Just make sure javelins are all off at this stage. So I quite like Dacia actually. I think they're a lot more interesting than people give them credit for, but I think it's a hard campaign. Thrace, technically they come under Greek, don't they? I mean, we discussed Greeks earlier, but I think they're an interesting one because they are kind of semi-barbarian. But obviously I've talked quite a lot about Thrace on that particular one. I think the Germans, from what I was saying on the last one, I think they have an amazing army. They can be a lot of... I mean, they just have so much fun potential with their army, and you can go in so many directions with them as well. To say, quite far from Rome, you can really enjoy your game with them. So, probably Germans, but I'd probably say Dacia are quite high up there for me as well. I haven't even mentioned Spain. Spain is... It's weird. I've seen a couple people do a Spain, hardest Rome Total War campaign, Spain, and I've said a few times I think Spain probably is like the worst faction, or maybe like the worst position, along with like Nicomedia. Bull Warrior is obviously good. Longshield Cav are alright. You basically have to use the dogs, basically, I found with them. I don't know, not a fan of them, but I do think that starting position's interesting because you have Carthage and Gaul with like a settlement breaking up their 4 settlements in Spain, and it does mean that it does mean that Spain have an interesting start, and both of those cities have pretty good garrisons in them for Gaul and Carthage. So I think Spain is tricky because it's actually quite a hard choice of attacks at the start. And obviously, like, to get all of Iberia under your control, you need to like declare 2 wars, which is not necessarily good diplomatically, is it? But hopefully with someone like Carthage, you can maybe just go take Parma and then peace out or something. But or they just die before long. But yeah, I'd probably say I think Daesh is kind of the most challenging and intriguing campaign. I like the challenge of Gaul just going straight for the jugular of Rome. That's fun to do once in a while. But if there's one I go back to, it's kind of Britons. Because it's such a safe corner, you can kind of just build up your world and you can just send boats random places, you know, if that's what you want to do. There's just enough economy in that corner that you can, yeah, legitimately just sit there and play for 100 years and camp if that's what you want to do. So I'd probably say the Britons for that particular question. Theory, what makes you want to continue making videos in Rome Total War and Medieval 2 for the past however many years? I can't actually see, like 7 years, 6 years. I don't know. I mean, I am autistic. I basically will. I like what I like, and I like it a lot if I do. So maybe that somewhat answers it. But I don't know. I always just find so much more very refreshing to do this game. My degree was ancient history at university, so you know, it's relevant to me as well, particularly Rome Total War in that regard. I'm not particularly good at computers, but the fact that I can just pick up the files are kind of simple enough on these old games where I can just play with it, I find kind of fascinating. It kind of appeals to my nerdiness to go and fiddle with the game files. I don't know, just very well put together games. I feel like games these days are largely built to kind of be released early and then let kind of consumer commentary kind of direct kind of things that they do going forward, or they kind of, you know, with all the DLC and updates, eventually the game will be, you know, kind of like complete. Whereas something like this really probably just needs a couple updates to fix a few things, and it's largely kind of fine. They really built games to, well, you couldn't update them back in the day, they were on CD, so they kind of built them to last to some extent. So in that regard, just trying to see if I can go speak with Sivia here, but I can't really. In that regard, I don't know. I just like those old games in that sense, but it always keeps me entertained, this game, basically. I find it fun. I like my comforts, you know. It's that routine, that regularity. Ooh, they're outside the city. There's a lot of troops here, but not very good ones. So yeah, I think it's a mixture of that kind of thing. But do very much enjoy these games. I do find like Rome is probably like more my happier place. I think I have more fun with Rome. Barbarian Invasion particularly I find hilarious. Medieval 2 I find kind of more intriguing. Like there's more depth to a lot of the things they try to build. But I do think Rome just has this kind of lightness and humour to it that, you know, maybe it loses a little bit in Medieval 2, not completely. I have kind of written a kind of ideas, kind of notes for a Medieval 2 is better than you think, like I've did for my Rome. I can't help but think every time I think about that potential video thing, which I've in no way started in any way, I've just made notes for, but whenever I think about that, I always end up finding myself comparing Rome to Medieval 2, and I just find I do prefer Rome is my general feeling, but even if I rate Medieval 2 is objectively does make plenty of improvements. But there we are. What's your favourite Roman faction and favourite overall faction? Favourite overall, I've said many times, Armenia. I enjoy their roster quite a lot. You get the pike. My favourite kind of infantry line is, you know, phalanxes with javelin infantry behind, and you have the legionnaires behind phalanxes. For Armenia, perfect. Heavy archers, you have your heavy cataphracts, you have light horse archers for nonsense, and your cataphract archers for something that's kind of a doom unit that no one else has. It'd be cool if they had the immortals that I've been talking about earlier today. Severing Daesh at war, interesting. Yeah, so Armenia is generally, I would say, is my favourite. We got the port built, by the way. We'll build another boat, but the boat is actually in the port by accident. But it's not really the intention. Annoyingly, these cretins have got in my way. Okay. I'm going to dump my force by Halicarnassus, but I'm not actually going to be taking it. going to hire up those two guys because I just don't want my enemies having it. I will put you there. That's fine. Okay, at least we got to land. Massacre over here. Yeah, build another one. Spend my money on that. And do I actually need to build anything else anywhere else? I don't, but Pergamon. Oh yeah, we've already built Hercules. That's fine. Do I actually want to build another boat? I don't need to, assuming I make it over. It's not going to be a bad thing because I do want to get a diplomat somewhere. So you know what? We will get one more boat. Okay. And favourite Roman faction? I mean, realistically, with the Romans, you can go whichever direction you actually want. I think the Brutii, in terms of direction push, is the most fun because this area of the map is just where you have the most fun, I think, and it just is the best area to expand to. But of course, you can just go there as the Julii or the Scipioni as well, and I often do. If I play as other Roman factions, I will always go and grab key territories in the direction of my Roman friends. I've just never really played a Roman campaign on the channel. Maybe we can at some point. Well, I've done Rome campaigns a couple of times, SPQR. Yeah, if I play as a Julii, I do go and grab like Athens and try and grab like Carthage or Lilybaeum or something just to give me a position for when the Civil War happens where I can really just hold them and give me a base. But you can go any direction you want, but I think Brutii have the best direction. Objectively, Scipioni are the best because they have the best boat. Although the Brutii do have good temples, I do think. I think, to me, Julii are kind of objectively the worst, if only because that area of the map tends to find similar kind of battles with barbarians. They're smaller cities. You don't get out as much of the fun infrastructure. But again, you can just go whichever direction you want. So I'd say something like that. Okay, Nicomedia's becoming unhappy. It does a very high tax rate, so we'll just whack that down to lower at this point. We are maybe one general short of having everyone fitting in. Nicomedia is probably the safest place, I would say. Yeah, Macedonia now have Byzantium under siege. Byzantium has a lot of troops, by the way. The rebels built some units there, recruited. Nice. Don't always see that. Yeah, in theory, I could have just left a unit to besiege that, but they would sally out because there's too many units there. Bit of a shame. Okay, I think we're going to look to wrap this up in a minute or so. I'll tell you what we'll do, though. We will... I've got my diplomat over here. The diplomats aren't really doing much, but I'm just leaving them near factions I want to be able to talk to. So we'll do that. Right, I've got some scythe chariots now. So I do want to think about the Seleucids. They're not the best faction to use them against, but yeah, I can't actually go that way because they've got that fort there. At least they did before. Do they not anymore? Oh, they got rid of the fort. Okay, that's fine. Either way, we will head over in that direction. Diplomatic information. Greek cities, Macedon at war. That's good. Julii and Gaul at war. Seleucids and Pontus. Huh. When did that happen? Apparently it just happened. Germany and Gaul ally. Gaul and Spain allies. Okay. Alright. Well, I think this is probably a place to leave us. A new Dionysus has been born. He's devout, publicly loyal, confident commander. I think you'll need to be, sir, because Seleucids have begun. They blockaded me. Indeed, they have. Okay. I was giving out built a boat. Let's do what we need to, which is get ourselves ready for next time. And we need to get our spy into the city. So, spy into the city. Excellent stuff. Now, get our units over here. This guy is out in the field. There are more slingers and things out here. Now, this is quite a lot of units. So I could hire things up. Is the gate open? No. That's a shame. If the gate was open, we'd rush it. We'd hold them and rush it. Okay. Do we want to do this in the field? We want to pick these off in the field. And there's a lot of javelins. Actually, that could be quite simple to pick off with... we could take care of that cav and mop them up, I reckon. I reckon we can deal with them quite nicely. They don't have a general out of... Yeah. we're in a good position there. I'd like to send this boat to come and help Pergamon, but I can't. So we need Nicomedia to grow. So I'm just going to put you down to low tax rate at this point. And Ancyra, yeah, I mean, this is where we need to have built that a little bit sooner. You, sir, can head out. In fact, no, we'll grab you to head out with those chariots. And yeah, go and sit over there. We've got more chariots coming in. Grab these units and bring them in this direction because Armenia are not at our throats right now. Get some more cav to make Sinope happy. And I think Pergamon... Can we get much out of Pergamon right now? We can get a road. Get a road so we can reinforce if we need to. They got a lot of troops moving around, but to be honest, I think we should be in a good position to go take them on. Right, Halicarnassus will be put on hold because they've started the war with us. Interesting. Pergamon has a shrine to Hercules. That's grand. We can at least get some experience on things. Yeah, so experience on this unit coming up. We'll get some experience on those guys. I think that will still work. Briam's been built. It would be a complete dice roll to try and take on that ship. I think what we'll do, we'll finish this battle off and then we'll join up, I think, with them. Pergamon's port going is not good for our economy, but we shall see. All right, well, I think this is probably a good place to leave it. As I say, we've done a start here, which is go grab those 2 rebel settlements and take over Pergamon. Pergamon is an excellent city. It's such a good place. It's got itself, we've added slaves. We've got textiles. It's got timber. It's got wine. Who could want more than wine? There's some iron, I assume that is. Can't actually see it. It's not coming up. Great port in the Aegean. And we'll be heading down to Rhodes and grabbing that. That, assuming the port is open, will be excellent for us. We can move our army around, deal with this, and probably just try and hold in this part of the world. What we need, I would suggest, is a spy. We don't have many options for that apart from Pergamon. So Pergamon, that is what you'll be doing. So get yourself a spy, and that will be ideal. So next time we'll smash Rhodes and we'll take that army over to go and deal with Sardis. They have a lot of troops, by the way. A lot of troops. I think they're all trash, though. So hopefully more Cretians just means we'll shoot them down as we hold them off with mercenary hoplites. Bit concerned about Ancyra. But the bit under siege I think will be okay. We should be able to get forces there before too long. Our Javelin Cav are pretty darn versatile. Massacre. You know what? We don't have a lot of money to spare, but we might as well spend it on that. Finance is 1,500. I think it'll be a lot better with Rhodes because we're probably, I would imagine, going to be enslaving Rhodes. So that will mean everything will get the opportunity to grow. I'd love to send you there for that. Maybe I need to make a note now. Very sensible note. Send whoever's in Ancyra, this guy here, Leukon, to Nicomedia for when enslaving Rhodes. I think that's a very good idea. Okie dokie. So yeah, I think that would be a good plan. We're sort of left on a bit of a knife search then at the end of the day, but it's kind of the perfect setup really. Just we've got Pergamon dealt with, Rhodes is now under siege, and I wanted to consolidate before this war, but it is what it is. They've made a stupid blockade for no particular reason. I mean, we are allied with Egypt, so what do you expect? Oh, by the way, who did Armenia stick with on this front? Stuck with me. And they are enemies with the Seleucids at this point. Okay, very good news indeed. Nothing coming our way. I'm very pleased with the Armenia situation. That could be a big problem. All right, so and thanks for your answer. It was quite clear. That's all right, Beerus. Do you still play in the glory? Do you like playing the glorious Scythians? Oh, I missed them when I was talking about barbarians. I enjoy Scythians a lot. Yes, I love the axemen. They're great fun. I love the piling through the world with horsemen. I love the cavalry-only armies. We normally finish off any campaign with cavalry-only armies. Roxolani, by the way, is going to do likewise. Got some extra units coming to that campaign. We've just added chariot ballistas, of course. Why wouldn't we do that? I've got Yes, I've got an extra cavalry unit joined for the end of the last couple episodes of that campaign. So I've been doing a bit of extra modding for that as well. So that is excellent stuff. Yeah, cavalry only is always fun, and Civia are basically that, except yeah, their foot archers and their axemen are very, very good. So they have 2 infantry basically, and they are excellent ones at that. So yeah, I really like Civia. And again, they're a faction in the corner of the map. You can kind of have your own little corner of the map, your own little empire, and go whichever way you want, kind of have your own campaign. And I do enjoy that. Not forced into doom wars with the Romans or, you know, Egypt early doors. So yeah, I like them. I do like Civia very much. Civia, Briton, Germania, they're the campaigns that I probably would replay, or probably more Britons and Civia really. They're the 2 that I kind of have played multiple times, I would say, in terms of those. So, Pyrrhus, I definitely understand homely feeling of Rome Total War and like going into detail. Yeah, exactly. Like it's a game that's got so much kind of depth of thought to it, even if it's just, you know, things like the way the traits work. And when you actually look in the files, there's so many like little messages that people really talking, you know, about little things they want to change or little things they want to add in. Not all of them necessarily did, but it is interesting. Like it says to the Screeching Women, the Screeching Paulers, it's like they want to create their own sort of like skeleton for it. You know, they're supposed. It's saying, oh, we need like a, you know, one-handed axe skeleton for this, and I don't think it has a specific skeleton at all. But they wanted, you know, to do that kind of thing. Couldn't always do it, and I think that's the thing. Like you could tell, it's almost like a real passion project when they make like this game, and it, you know, that kind of feeling gets lost with, you know, brands over time, doesn't it? But there we are. Yes, excellent game in that sense. Okay, so I think, as I say, we're going to leave it here for today. An excellent start. I would probably recommend that this is a very good way to go. You could take out Armenia. I just don't think there's much to gain from doing it, really. It's not the most prosperous land. Medieval 2, particularly on Kingdoms, on Crusaders, this is full of gold. It's amazing. There is some gold here, but I like it in the sense that it's quite defendable corner to take over, but I just feel like you then leave yourself on the edge of Parthia, and you know, you're then going to start a war with someone who's all over the place. I don't know. I think like you want to consolidate this first, and Armenia will stab you in the back eventually, I would guess. I'd actually happily leave them there forever, but our short campaign is very much to take care of them. So we do need to think about Armenia and Thrace eventually, but that won't be next time. Next time we're going to smash up Rhodes. We're going to go and deal with Sardis, and then into Tarsus and Antioch. We will grab Halicarnassus, we'll grab Crete, and I'd be tempted by going to grab this up here. Now, actually, our territories here grow very quickly. I always do enjoy having this territory. Chasnessa's probably, I mean, it's nice to have another port. Probably not worth it, simply because normally you grab it, particularly as Armenia, it's interesting to grab because of the grain, and Armenia doesn't grow as quickly as this Pontic region, so the grain can be massive for you in terms of just boosting the growth. We probably don't need to. I probably won't bother. We've got this war earlier than planned, so we don't probably have the ability to get on with this. So yeah, there we are. That is the bit of the thing. But yeah, we're going to plan to do that. We won't get through all of that next time, I wouldn't have thought. But yeah, the plan is to kind of stop at Antioch. Once we've got up to Antioch, I would suggest that's when we want to turn our attention to Armenia and Thrace to finish off the campaign. So I think, yeah, next couple episodes will be finish off the Seleucids, at least in this part of the world. Maybe not all of it, but yeah, getting up to Antioch. And yeah, Tarsus and Sardis. Those 3 off the Seleucids next time, as well as Crete. Other than that, yeah, Crete and Rhodes, I would say, is about what we're going to do. But we'll see when we get to it. Have a nice evening. Wouldn't say it's late for Spanish dinner either. Even for the Spanish, people will generally turn up at 11 p.m. at restaurants to eat, to start having a massive meal. Not for me. I don't mind 8 o'clock. To be fair, nothing even opens till 8 o'clock. The local restaurants really don't open till 8 o'clock. I'm in a bit of a touristy area, to be fair, so plenty of non-Spanish restaurants will open earlier. But yeah, 8 o'clock for the Spanish ones. No, I dinner at like 7-ish. Part of the reason we're a little bit late starting today. But yes, I've already had dinner, but I could be peckish right now, to be fair. Right, I will leave you, but just to let you know, Monday and Thursday we have Roxolani. This week we do have a Thursday feature. Can't remember what I made it about, but we are bringing that back. So look out for the little discussion threads to point out videos, particularly if you're newer to the channel. You might see some different style of videos, maybe on different games that you might be interested in. On Friday, I don't think we've got a video this week. We do next week. We've probably got some guides coming up because I've got guides to add units from DLC faction from DLC. So some of the stuff I've done for the Roxolani campaign, basically moving units from Rome Total War to Barbarian Invasion or vice versa, and also creating your own units because I created the Amazonian Infantry on the Roxolani campaign. And so I've got a couple of those guides coming up in Fridays in the next month or two. I don't quite know what the schedule is for them, but they're pretty much ready to go. So a few of those guides, we're going to have the Battle Royales in between those guides as well. I'm also planning on doing some top tips and things, getting back to those top tips for Barbarian Invasion coming up next because we've done the Rome ones already. And that means that I'll probably have some more shorts being created because those are great for making some shorts. I know I haven't been doing those on the Sundays recently, but I will get back onto those. That's the plan for the next week or so. Get a load of shorts done because I do think that's quite interesting for finding new bits of audience. And on Saturdays I've started doing polls. I've got kind of regular polls. I've got plenty of ideas for them. Do let me know, by the way, if you're interested in any particular polls that we can throw onto the channel. But yeah, I've got some polls and I've got a new poll on Saturday, so do have a look out for that. Obviously, this week's was about units you'd be excited for with Pontus and Cappadocian Cavalry you're looking out for. Well, on the No Cappadocian Cav, we're one turn from the Governor's Palace over in Sinope, and that means we can build the cavalry stables. That is my plan. That's what I'm going for. I haven't been building the practice range here or the blacksmith for the chariots because I want to make sure I can get those out and some of those pikemen as well. So hopefully we'll see some of that next time. And we can see the Scythe chariots in action because some people were interested to see those as well. Next time it will be episode 2 on June 11th is the plan, Tuesday week, so that's a fortnight from now. Americans don't use fortnight, do they? Yes, a fortnight. 2 weeks from now is the plan. I've actually got family visiting me in Spain next week, so likely I'll be busy and won't be able to do a live stream. I might throw one in if I feel impulsive, but the plan is to go in 2 weeks' time on the 11th of June. And if you remember, podcast, it's nearly the end of the month here, so podcast, it will probably be out next week sometime, so do look out for that. Questions, the Q&A, if you have anything on mind, do go and put that up. I'm pretty certain I put the Q&A up a couple of weeks ago. I'll have to go check that when I'm done with this. I'm pretty certain I did. And on that note, big thank you to all the Patreon supporters and members. And if you want to join, there are some links in the description below. But of course, thank you to everyone for joining me here today. Lovely to do these here live streams. Sometimes I feel a bit anxious about doing these. Today I was very, very excited to do it, although I broke the game and was running a bit late, so eventually got around to it. But it has been a really good start, I would say. So I'm going to bring us back to our home screen now. And yeah, fortnight, 2 weeks. Pyrrhus, just for the clarity, because I realise actually that's a bit more of a British English kind of a phrase. But yes, big thank you to everyone for joining me here today. We're going to try and keep it on Tuesdays, probably 2 weeks' time, but maybe there'll be an impulsive one next week. It's possible, depends what I'm doing with my family, to be honest, because they are here to visit. So I will leave you. Thank you very, very much. I've repeated myself about 4 times now, so I'm going to say goodbye from me. Tally ho.